Hi there, my name is Phixfox, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. We are in the middle of a long playthrough. We can waste no time. Thank you for everybody that's here right now, and thank you to everybody that'll catch us later here on Twitch and on YouTube. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Oh my gosh. I forgot. I didn't adjust my camera because I was doing a video that is coming out very, very soon where I'm ranking every single map that you find in the base game files of Heroes of Might and Magic 2. And I'm to the point where I say to myself, look, I got to go through them and make sure I have some good, detailed, quality information. And so that setup is not the setup that is for this video. Still, trust me, that video will come out as soon as we possibly can get it. Okay, folks, here we are, back in time, back in the kingdom of Spritely. This is going to be a expert difficulty map. Impossible difficulty is what we are playing on here. We are one of 6 players. Yes, blue, green, red, yellow, orange, and purple. We rolled as the warlocks. You can pick what your starting faction is. After capturing the town of Rest, in a daring display of courage, King Phixie leads his lords to conquer a rich and powerful new land. So this is the town or castle of Rest. We've since upgraded this to a castle, but we started off with King Phixie, the man, the myth, the legend. 13 attack, 21 defense, 21 spell power, 16 knowledge. He has turned into a pretty good hero. He's got tons of great artifacts for him. He started off here in the middle, and we have gotten a few of our wonderful Phixfox friends into the game. We were able to get Vammy, the vampire, the necromancer, from a prison not too far away. We were also able to pick up our friend Tundar. Tundar also being the map maker for this beautiful, wonderful map. And there's plenty of other wonderful, fantastic people to be had as well. Xenofex the Warlock. We've got Kutsu. Hey, Kutsu, there you are. You're still in the chat. Lunatic the Sorceress. It wouldn't be a Tundar map without Lunatic the Sorceress. Sir Sandra the Necromancer. Of course, Luna and Sandra, they've got a thing for each other. And Fixer the Sorceress. This is our cousin or sister. I forget the specifics, but we are somehow related, and they are pretty darn tough as well. So this is our motley crew that we currently have. We've secured the starting area, and we are looking to go into the inky black darkness and take whatever foes can possibly stop us and twist their plans to make sure that we are the ones that are going to survive this. So having a real good time, having a lot of fun, and we're going to have a real good time. Okay, Kutsu says, I found the easiest way to track which maps I've completed on Impossible is to move the map files to a separate folder. That sounds like way too much work. I like that you're doing that, but way too much work. So eventually we're going to figure out the best way of making sure that we don't mess this all up. And yeah, we were talking about, unfortunately, with so many wonderful heroes, and in fact, we might have a couple here. Sir Gallant the Knight, excellent hero, quality hero. Typically, you would want to pick this guy up as quickly as possible. We are running into some issues where these wonderful heroes, Avatar hero, of course, fantastic person, we want to put them into our army, but you can only have 8 heroes at a time, and so we've had to bounce a few heroes away. For example, Alina the gnome, we had to let her go even though she was a quality hero. It's not about the names, folks, it's all about the tactics. So let's just kind of get started right in here. King Phixie, level 19. We've got these battle dwarves, druids, elves, phoenixes, and such. I see a castle here, and this is actually, I'm only just realizing that this castle is here. I don't think that we saw this before. I don't think that I realized that there was a wizard castle here. Now, here's the problem. We know that last time, maybe, about a month ago, 4 weeks worth of growth away, it was 10 titans that were currently in this little town here. So I think that we are going to have to be very, very cautious of this area. Yeah, there's a castle right there. No other resupplies as far as we're aware. There might be a hero hiding here. They might have gone up north, but I think that we're just going to hope that we can steal this castle, and I'm positive that there's titans in it. Let's go the not so safe way. There's a sign. If there's a sign, I simply must pick this up. North to Frithmer, south Mountain Pass to the mainland, west Ivy Bridge to the mainland. Careful, lava bombs may occur. I don't know what that means. I don't know if a lava bomb means that we need to be very, very careful for something that we step on and then we lose all of our resources. We will have to keep an eye on that, but for now, I see Ivy Bridge, a few titans, several rocks, a few of the archmages, throng of the halflings, several of the iron golems, lots to be done there. I think Xenofex has got, yes, Book of the Elements. We were trying to get this Book of the Elements over, and they're going to do so and give this to Luna. Part of the reason why is because we're trying to make sure that we can use this Book of the Elements. I think that it was Fixer who picked up a really nice spell. She picked up a summon air elemental. So we are trying to get that artifact over here so we can summon, call it 84 air elementals as opposed to just the 42. That is going to be one of my goals soon to be had. And yeah, so Xenofex is sticking around for now. Right now, 1 boar. I think that this should be enough to let him go and grab water wheels and windmills. There's plenty to grab. I think that it's currently day 7, so this is going to be his last day. He better get going because pretty soon we're going to need him to capture all those resources for us as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Vammy, I'm gonna kind of devote a little bit of experience and gold, depending on what the treasure chests give us here. 127,000 gold is quite a bit, and so I think that Vammy would be good to pick up a little bit of extra experience here. There's a genie lamp. We stumble upon the dented and tarnished lamp lodged deep in the earth. Do we want to rev the lamp? Yes, we do. 2 genies will pop out. We will take those. And I see all of these dwarven cottages. This has really been our plan for quite some time. Maybe I should have waited on these genies. Maybe this was a mistake here. Maybe I can sacrifice 79 skeletons to the ogres just to make sure the fight goes especially well. The ogres want to run. I almost wonder if they would have joined us if we'd let them. Tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to fight them for now. We're probably going to end up actually dismissing these genies. It's so sad, but that's probably going to be what we end up doing. And then meanwhile, it's going to be Kutsu to the south, who's going to pick up magic gardens and such. Multiple heroes trying to get all of these free resources for us. Sometimes I do a better job than others of making sure that I focus on these spare resources. For now, this is just going to be the direction that we're in. Trying to move forward, hopefully grabbing everything we possibly can, because at this point in this game, I still feel like it's not in the bag. There's an awful lot of value to be had here on this adventure map, and I fear that if we don't take every little ounce of it, that we are going to come off the loser and not the victor. It's going to be Tundar kind of heading to the north. I think that he was just trying to relocate and get back into this general area. We've secured this main continent, so there's not a whole lot to be had here, but he's trying to move forward into a position where he can be advantageous and useful. 24 skeletons pop up through the good use of necromancy, and it's going to be Sir Sandro going to this graveyard. Do we want to search the graves? Yes, we do. Do we want to lose 71 skeletons? No. Let's fight this fight, folks. Alrighty. And we have Pixo with a 3-stream streak. Way to go, Pixo. Good evening to you, sir. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. And Boris, sir, thank you so much for the resubscription. The pleasure of having you here is always, always, always mine. Thank you so much. You were subscribed for 15 months. Good evening, heroes, says Boris, sir. Good evening to you, sir. Alrighty. Well, gang's all here, everybody. Love to see it. Hope everyone's having a great time, doing super, super well. Look at this. We've got an Animate Dead for 250 spell points, or rather 250 hit points. I think that we're going to use that. I might put the skeletons in a little bit of harm's way. I don't mind if they mix it up a little bit. These 37 archers are not going to kill one full stack. The mutant zombies, unless they get good morale and good luck. Nope. Nope. We can only get so lucky, unfortunately, I do believe. Let's do it like this then. Let's actually do the stone skin now. Stone skin's gonna last a little bit of time. We'll wait on everybody else. I don't really trust my vampire lords to go in there and do some crazy damage. I will put the skeletons in harm's way. I don't care. I don't care. We've got the Animate Dead. We're not going to end up losing a single one of them. I'll step the mutant zombies forward just a tiny bit to be ready for some serious damage. And I'm probably going to end up having everybody else join the fight right about now. Mummies are going to go to here. I do want to attack here. And then hopefully here with my mutant zombies. It'll be the vampires. I just don't want the archers to get touched is my big deal. And then I have to remember, right before the battle concludes, I do have to cast my Animate Dead. I don't think I'm going to drop a single skeleton in this fight. Whoa! But that was pretty much a vampire lord that pretty much went down there. Jeez. Be careful about that. Okay. Everybody's having a really bad time. It's like a mosh pit. This is a Blink-182 concert, and everybody's moshing because everybody thinks they're hardcore. Pro tip, you're not. I'm not saying that Blink-182 wasn't like a hardcore band, but I am recognizing that of all the different mosh pits out there, it was probably the tamest. Phixfox, are you telling me you went to a Blink-182 concert? No. I wish I did. Is it too late? I actually don't know if Blink-182 is touring or not. I don't know, but I'd be interested to find out. That'll be the end of this fight. Sir Sandro did a good job. One mutant zombie, that looks way better for me. We will take the 20 skeletons. We will definitely take the pathfinding here, and we will happily take a dragon sworded dominion +3 attack from this graveyard. That is a really good time. We're happy for everything that's just happened there. And I think the Sir Sandro is just going to continue on up the coast and clear out some of these other possibilities here in this point to the east. Luna's waiting, and Fixer. Now remember, Fixer had run afoul of Sir Captain Santepalis, who was leading the forces in this area. And I mean, Fixer lost what, 50 phoenixes and 200 elves and 50 grand druids and greater druids and all this stuff. We now have a healthy dragon flight here, but I'm still a little bit scared. I don't love this. And what's worse is we got some pretty bad artifacts here. Unless I delete a hero, I don't think that we got the ability, though, to get these artifacts off of her. Let me just check real quick. Do we have 7 heroes or 8 heroes? Yeah, we got 8 heroes right now. Is there anybody worth deleting? Oh, this feels so bad. Is there anybody just worth letting go? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. It's so sad. Xenofex, we will catch you on the flippity flop. Hopefully we can get Xenofex back into the army by the end of the game, but for now, it's going to be Sir Gallant as a level 15 knight who's going to lead the charge here, and most importantly, just take these artifacts from Fixer. So she does not want the Fizbin, clearly. She doesn't need any of the resource generating artifacts, obviously. She will keep pretty much everything else though, but all of a sudden, she's got some major spaces left up in this artifact slot. Imagine if she had run into a really nice hero and missed out on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts. That would have been pretty bad. So Sir Gallant cannot be deleted. We got to keep this golden goose alive. That's 10,000 gold per day. He is worth his weight in gold and then some. Meanwhile, I do want Fixer to go back up the road in this direction. She's got 340 out of 310 spell points. We're probably going to end up stopping by that Artesian Spring before the end of the day. So here's what we'll do. We'll just start stepping up our way, picking up a few windmills here and there. There's not going to be many. We're going to stay right here. We'll hit spacebar day 1, and then it'll be Sir Gallant that goes south and clears out all of the windmills while Fixer does what she does, hopefully to take this library. I'm hoping for a 5th level mage guild. I'm hoping for a library. And folks, that should be the end of the day. Here's one final check. It is day 7, so we want to make sure that we have all dwellings as necessary. Looks like doing pretty good. Dwellings everywhere. Dwellings everywhere. This one is still funny to me that there's a little tent guarded by these big left turret, right turret. I just think that that's funny. Yep, got the laboratory here. And we have all buildings purchased everywhere we want to go. I think it's time to just say goodbye to month 2, week 4, day 7. Hello to month 2. Hold on. Month 2, week 4, day 1? No, week 5? Is there going to be a week 5, or is this going to be a potential opportunity to avoid Week of the Plague? We better make some purchases here. Let's just do Hydras. Let's do Cyclopes. Let's do Bone Dragons. Wow, the gold goes so quickly. I'm just going to have to hope that there's no... Yeah, look at this. I'm going to have to just hope that there's no problems here. I don't really want to recruit the Red Dragons. Upgrading them to Black Dragons is going to be so bad. I will wait on that. I will get the Hydras just in case. Oh, it feels so bad because if we hit a month of the plague, we're just really hating life. I'm going to wait on this. Phoenixes for sure. No. Ogres. You see another chance where you could pick up the Ogres. The only good thing about this, no, this town is not here. This town, there is a hill fort not too far to the north here. But this one, I would have to sail across the sea in order to get these troops upgraded. I think I'm just going to wait on that. I'll wait on this. There's no purchases here. Alrighty, we're just going to call that a day and just cross our fingers, folks. Let's hope that we don't get any bad luck. Okay. And in the meantime, everybody has been hanging out in chat and having a really good time, which is what we like to see. That's my goal, is that everybody is here having a nice time in chat. Make no secret about it. It's one of my favorite things in the Phixfox Discord, that people start their own conversations and just have fun with them. And whether I'm there or not, they just enjoy the conversation and spend time together. This is going to be month of the ogre. After regular growth, population is doubled. That means we do have ogres everywhere. I think that this is an opportunity, folks, as a 4th level creature, and with hill forts not too far away, anybody that has diplomacy should go and try and rally these forces. We should rally the dwarves. They are a key central plot point in the Archibald campaign. We too should use them here and now. Alrighty, Skur is in the chat. Hello, Skur. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Hello, says Skur. And Mushan Kipe is in the chat. Hey, Lord Phixfox, looks like we have the same plan. I was about to launch a stream to finish this map. Oh, you should do that still. You should do that. I don't ever like to compete with you, ever. But I really love that you are playing this map as well. Mushan Kipe, how's it going for you? Hopefully the map is doing really, really well. Pixo says, Phixfox playing Phixfox. Fixception. Pixo, you're right. This is totally a Fixception sort of moment. I love that. Good reference there. One of Leonardo DiCaprio's best movies. I'm amazed that guy has only won so many Oscars, so many Golden Globes, etc., etc. And Kutsu has seen Mushan Kipe's playthrough, really likes it. Yeah, good, okay. And Kutsu, Mushan Kipe says that they believe that they actually took out Kutsu in the previous playthrough. Whoops. He always comes back. And let's see. Kutsu says there's some alchemy towers in the middle. Yeah, I believe that there's at least one. I think that there's one alchemy tower in the middle. Reason that that's important, of course, is because we've got things like this Fizzbin. You do want to pay to get rid of that if you possibly can. Tax liens especially, that's a good way of doing it. Oh, and I did miss a statue in one of the castles. Thank you, Kutsu. We'll get picked up on that just as quickly as we can. Okay, folks, King Fixie. I am sure that there's going to be some Titans here. I'm sure that now is still the time to attack before more Titans show up. It's a glorious victory. I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I'm grateful for it. I think that these losses look completely acceptable. We will just hit okay. 46 skeletons in return. I forgot that King Fixie has that. And then we will definitely go for the leadership. +1 spell power. Going for the expert leadership, or rather the advanced leadership, is going to go pretty well for us. Let's stop in and see what we got. We've got Titans, level 2 Mage Guild with a library already. So a good place to start to build up some additional forces here. Very interesting that the enemies have made all of these purchases and they're maybe missing some resources. Maybe they're missing crystal or gem or sulfur or mercury or whatever. We will decide on whether we upgrade this Mage Guild right now or if we wait. By the way, Almar the Warlock, 3 tax liens. Buddy, I don't want any part of you. Stay out of my way. Do not even look at me. We will be friends another day, but not today. It's going to be the 3 Titans that come on with us. It's not going to ruin our morale too bad. But I do wonder if there's more forces over here. We don't have a spare hero that I can just hire to go off an adventure and wander into this area. So we have to explore this now. I need to make sure that there's nothing important, like a gold mine, for example. I'd love to fight the ogres or bring them into my army. We will wait on that simply because we don't got time. We don't got time to wait. We got stuff to do. We do gain control of this gold mine, 1,000 gold per day. Let's head on back through the alchemist lab. I'm going to leave the skeletons there, take the Titans, and I'm anticipating that we're going to run into an enemy hero somewhere over here. I believe that we can get into this area, although I see lots of trees. Maybe there's one little gap in the trees. Tough to say. We will see if we can head north or not. Okay, Bammy. Genies. At some point, you're going to have to let the genies go anyway. I feel bad that I purchased them and immediately dismissed them. I'm going to keep the skeletons because they could be fairly useful. Ogres want to join. We're actually going to say no because we're here for the dwarves. We got battle dwarves. We need space for regular dwarves. Pretty sad. Don't love it. But we will take their delicious, delicious calcium. This is so hard. What do I do? A group of ogres have a desire for greater glory, wish to join you for free. This is a lot of ogres, because these ogres have been here for a while. This will delay me getting dwarves. Tell you what, I don't think that the dwarves are going to be brought to bear against our enemies anytime soon, so we're going to accept 46 ogres. Hope that this group of ogres joins us as well. 16 of 61. That's so bad. We're not going to do that, unfortunately. I feel like I bungled this so badly. Basic diplomacy is good, but not great. I needed a different hero. Who here does have high level of diplomacy? So Tundar does have some pretty good diplomacy. So King Fixie is a diplomat for sure. Luna, a little bit of diplomacy. Tundar's currently my best second diplomat. Fixer, but she's fighting the war on the front. So really, it comes down to right now, Tundar is the one that should be fighting these fights. So I hate to say it, but Vammy, it's time for you to just take a look at this, sniff the 1,000 experience, and I don't know, maybe, I mean, Vammy's really close to another level. I'm gonna hope that I can actually pick up the diplomacy. I'm gonna try and fight this little pack of ogres, take the experience, and hope that it actually gives me what I need. A little bit of a long shot. This is still very, very messy. This is an opportunity, and yet, even though we're missing out on the opportunity to the fullest, I think that there's still going to be plenty of little packs of ogres here and there. I think that our goal of rallying the ogres, just because we're experiencing some difficulties now, does not mean that the dream is dead, and that's okay. 2 sulfur from the windmill here for Luna. A little bit more, 2 gems. And it's going to be Tundar going through wolves for the first time. Maybe these wolves will join. They do. 8 wolves up to 49. That is going to be 41 wolves that join us. And a horde of grand elves. I sort of want to get to a nearby castle, drop off some forces, and then go through the horde of elves. Kind of what I want to do. There are some free things around the way. Let's grab what we can. Ogres. Yeah, we've got ogre lords. So this is an opportunity that we could miss out on. There's no good way of doing this. I suppose that we could just go south. Almost wonder if it'd be worth it to dismiss these 9 ogre lords. We've got time. We've got time. I'm going to hope that Vammy can get the advanced diplomacy here with one little fight. I'm going to send Tundar to the south, and then we'll see where this goes from here. Don't let best be the enemy of good. Not right now, anyway. Not right now. Another day, another time. Okay. And Fixer is continuing to head in this direction up the straight. We've got this Artesian Spring not too far away. Full spell points and then some, 620. That'll do us pretty good. And I do want to go straight for this library. I don't know if there's much here to this east. I think that this is going to go into like a little path here. For now though, let's just go in this direction. And I'm hoping that this will end right about here. We can go up. Oh no, that's Sir LiquidYetti. It's him. It's Sir LiquidYetti. This is going to be a whale of a fight. I don't know if Fixer is going to be up to the task. I really don't. I don't think that she is, but I do know that now we have dragons only and some Armageddon. So if we attack first, unless the enemy has, well, phoenixes or champions, we are going to get to go first. Even if, well, if they attack me first. No, even if they attack me first, we're still going to get to go first. Trolls are 5 speed, Cyclopes are 5 speed. Yeah, so I think that we should bravely go in this direction and then be prepared to pay the cost. With expert diplomacy, the cost to surrender is reduced to 20%. I think it's still fine to walk around with these dragons, even if we do have to surrender to keep them around. I don't imagine that the dragons really love being forced to retreat occasionally. I got a feeling that they would prefer to just fight even to the bitter end. Do dragons deal with diplomacy? Do they see the opportunity, the value, I suppose, in living today and fighting tomorrow? I don't know the answer to that, but I'd be interested to find out. Okay, right now I'm just checking the statues. We did find one. Okay, we got statues everywhere. And then the next thing to do is I believe we got one, let's see, there's hoops. We got one other castle here. We can't upgrade. It's time to get dragons this week. This is day 1 of this new week. It's gonna be cave, crypt, nest, maze, swamp, green tower. We might even take the time to get the marketplace, and then we'll hopefully trade at the best possible clip. That's gonna be the end of the day. On to a new one. And Tanil Tadara is in the chat. Hello, Tanil. Nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Love to see you there with the skeletons and the peasants. I really do love those emotes from Ross. I think that he's done a really nice job with those animated emotes. And there's the Phixfox, good luck, have fun. Like that too. Like that too a lot. Kutsu says it's over for LiquidYetti. Oh boy, I don't know. By the way, LiquidYetti, one of the nicest guys you could ever hope to meet. Hope he's doing really well. Hope that he's doing well. Hope that my friends Mushanki Pei and that Pixo are doing exceptionally well. Hope that Winnie Mara is doing great. There's so many wonderful people that I like, and I hope that they're doing great. I hope that Ross is doing wonderfully. Yeah, there's just a bunch of great people out there. And of those many people, yes, you, the viewer, are one of them. We got the choice between estates and pathfinding. Vammy did not pick up the diplomacy as I'd hoped. We are going to take this expert pathfinding. So there's not going to be any penalties, really, unless we go into some deep desert. Whoa, even desert's at 0%, huh? Vammy, you are a world traveler, and happy that you can do so. We're going to ignore much of this. I am going to take the time to go... I'm going to take the time. Yeah, we're going to go in this direction. Yeah, we'll go in this direction, drop off some of these other troops. Hope that these ogres join us, and then we'll carry on from there. I almost wonder if I should just purchase any ogres that come my way. I say that I've got no resources to waste, only because I know that when we tried to make some purchases there in preparation for the potential month of the plague, I did not like to see my gold go down so low to 0. But still, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't still make that purchase. It should still be a tactical decision. Actually, now that I think about it, hold on. What's the point? Like, what's the point? You should not save gold. You're getting 10,000 gold a day. You should absolutely let every single creature join you that is possible. The golden goose means you can let anybody join you. We're going to do that. We're going to make a big change. I'm going to repent for my mistake, and I'm going to move on to a new way of being right here, right now. Any ogres that want to join us, even if it's at a really low clip, we're still going to let them join us, because gold is not an object. Watch as later it turns into a really big problem. It probably will. And if that happens, when that happens, that'll be okay. I'll be acceptable to the new terms and conditions of the new reality that I live in. We're going to pick up the gazebo here. 1,000 experience for Sir Sandro. We're going to take the necromancy. Pretty good. And he might as well pick up this gazebo. Good use of this little doodad here, by the way, the swampy lake. I really appreciate that. That looks really nice. It makes it impassable terrain, but still very pretty. And I like the way it kind of mixes in with the beach. I like that a lot. Beautiful maps are a joy to play. And I understand why people would say it's all about the strategy, but if you've ever played Leopoldville, I think that's how you say it, it's one of the maps in the base game files for Heroes of Might and Magic 2. It plays okay. It plays like a dungeon crawler. It doesn't have any frills at all. And yet it leaves something to be desired for me. Even though tactically it's pretty good, it leaves something to be desired because it just looks atrocious. It looks too blocky, it looks too chunky, it looks bad. But does that mean that I should actually dislike the map? I don't know. We will see how other people feel. I'm excited to do the video where we rank every single map in Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I'm excited to see what people think about some of my choices there, and I will spoil this for you. Leopoldville is the only map so far. I'm about 3/4 of the way through. It's the only map so far that's gotten a 1 out of 10. There you go. That's how I feel about it. It is what it is. And Kutsu says, missed opportunities for dragons to prevent fleeing as a counterbalance for being prideful creatures. Kutsu, that's interesting. What an interesting thing that would be, because then their biggest strength, which is being able to be tough and strong and spell immune and resist Armageddons and elemental storms, that attack and retreat strategy would be gone, right? And there's some good lore there where dragons are too prideful. They refuse to retreat. That would be very interesting. Oh, I would love that. Maybe as a mod, I would love to see somebody consider that and see how that balances into the map. Hey, Vammy. Hey, Fix. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Vammy, you're doing some great stuff. You're officially an expert Pathfinder. Good job. I appreciate you. And what's this? You're also a good diplomat. 5 of these 20 ogres are going to join us for 6k gold. Nice job, Vammy. I appreciate everything you're doing. Speaking of Vammy, the World Traveler, yes, Vammy is the World Traveler with that expert. Not navigation, but pathfinding. Lots of ogres. I think I don't want to wait on this one windmill. You know, I'm gonna just dismiss these 3 gargoyles. Do we have diplomacy here? We don't. It's still possible that these ogres will join. I'll give them at least some space so they could. They choose not to. Oof. They choose not to join. But I got a feeling that so long as I don't let these genies and sprites fly to their death, that these nearly 300 archers are going to do a pretty good job of dealing with these enemies one way or the other. They've got good morale, I've got bad morale. I don't think it's going to matter too much. We are cruising through this map. Cruising, I tell you. I hope that 300 sprites kills 6 ogres. They do. And then there's my windmill. Worth too much not to get those ogres out of here. It's like a squatter. It's like a squatter. If you don't know, in the United States, we have some interesting rules on squatters' rights. The idea that somebody is able to go into a property that is abandoned or otherwise not being used, and then just live in it, and they make it their own. If the person who was living there isn't around for a certain amount of time, if the person that was living there hasn't kicked these people out in a certain amount of time, then apparently you can just stay there indefinitely, right? And then there's some tenant laws that prevent the removal of such squatters, as they are called. It's a little bit weird, but you know, it's a thing. And so here's the ultimate thing. Here's the ultimate point. Whoa, 19 bone dragons. Is that I've recently seen a guy, and his whole thing, his whole shtick is that you pay him money, and then he goes into your residence that has been overtaken by these squatters, and then he does his very, very best to kick them out by just being a roommate. Like legally, they've got a lot of protections and stuff, but he will go in there, and if they're allowed to squat, so is he. And so then he just basically becomes a roommate. He's on the lease, no problems. And there you go. He just makes life bad for them. He drinks their coffee. He let's see. He like uses their bath soaps in the restroom. He will eat their food. Like, he's just a bad roommate. That's his whole thing, is he's just a bad roommate. And it's really funny, like, that you're fighting fire with fire in a certain sense. But also a little bit sad that we kind of have to do these sorts of deals, but that's just the way it is. We've covered up our big stack of dragons. This is 8 bone dragons. Well, it was, how many bone dragons? This was like 20? How many was this? We're just killing 5 at a time. I think it was 20 bone dragons, maybe 19. We're down to 10. And now they're only killing 1 black dragon here. They're probably going to kill another black dragon in a second. I think that 1 more Armageddon is going to do the trick here. I don't want to really brawl with these black dragons and maybe lose 2 when I only have to lose 1. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how well this goes. So let's do it like this. Let's consider best choice Is a 700 damage light Armageddon gonna be best? 350 points of damage. I can't resurrect True. I could slow down the Bone Dragon, but he's gonna immediately get hasted by Roxanne and the Necromancer. 4 attack, 3 defense, 7 power, 5 knowledge. I think I want to just Armageddon one more time and attack. That's actually gonna bring the stack down to about 5, maybe 4. And then he's gonna have to make the choice. Do you attack and maybe kill a Black Dragon, or do you run now, knowing that I'm gonna wipe you off the face of the planet this upcoming round of combat? Tough to say. 204 damage. Okay. Good luck on the small stack of Black Dragons. Okay, and then my 8 Black Dragons. Yeah, we should clean up 2 Bone Dragons. It's possible that we don't. It's possible that we get the low end of damage. We don't have any more spells, and due to turn order, 6 speed, these Bone Dragons are going to get to go first if we don't kill them right now, so we have to hope for the best. There we go. We'll take it. 2 Black Dragons, hate to lose them, but for this big army, that's actually totally worth it. The Armageddon is paying off. Do we get some nice artifacts? No, we do not. We get +1 attack. That's something, but it's so sad. I was really hoping for a little bit more there. And at least we get the opportunity to see what's going on over here. We will step through this little watchtower. We're not going to pick up these orcs. +1 attack for the mercenary camp. You've come upon the mercenary camp practicing their tactics. The mercenaries welcome you and your troops and invite you to train with them. +1 on the attack. Very, very good. By the way, it's 14 of the orcs. We'll pick up all of this minus the dwarves. Yeah, minus the dwarves. That just doesn't seem useful to me. The 6 speed. Oh, Tobal. We found Tobal. Tobal is here. Tobal's probably been the one that's been racking up these dwarves. So by us going in this direction, we've actually run into a friend. At this point, an enemy, but Tobal's still a friend. We are still friendly, even though I got a feeling that this is not going to go very, very well. It's going to be an epic clash of the Titans. How about that? Okay, we're up to the swamp now. We are going to need to trade for the sulfur first thing in the morning. I'm almost positive. Everybody else is pretty much where they need to go. I do want to pick up this gazebo for Luna, the lunatic, because sure, why not? And then I think she's going to go windmill, and then windmill. I don't know about halflings. She's got halflings in the army. We'll see what we do with her later. There's a pack of black dragons guarding the +2/+2/+2/+2, the legendary scepter. I think that's probably going to be a Tundar activity in a little bit. Yeah, he's about 5 days away. He's going to drop off some forces. Then he's going to go in that direction. We'll see what he does. We're for sure going to drop off the ogres, and then if I just have a slot of ogres, 2-speed ogres, then I can run into these guys and maybe they'll join me. That's going to be the big plan. So, okay. Onward and upward, folks. Onward and upward. On to day 4. Kutsu says, it's a big undertaking. Squatters' rights don't amount to anything in the United States. Owners can still file for an eviction. They can file for an eviction, but if you know anything about the United States courts, it does take quite a bit of time, sometimes for the courts to get through it. And so then somebody gets a free 90 days or whatever. I've heard of stories, and Kutsu, I believe that you're ex-military, so I believe that you would appreciate this. I believe that there's been stories of soldiers leaving to go on tours overseas, and then they come back and there's been somebody living in their house the whole time. Imagine you get back from combat and you just want to go home and have a nice time, and then all of a sudden you have to deal with this, right? So I think that there's some issues for a lot of folks. The court is going to ultimately back you up, but still it's going to take a bit of time, and that bit of time does cause a bit of problems. Folks, we've got a problem. Captain Sante Paulus has returned. Now, here's the problem. The problem is not that I think that we're going to lose this fight. With 3 Titans, 10 Phoenixes, here on King Fixie, we are the man. We are doing great. We are ready for this fight. He's given us fits before, but I think that we can manage Sante Paulus. The problem is that we've got no artifact slots, and we've already seen part of the problem being that we don't really have a good way to get additional artifact slots. I think that we might just need to send Sandro in that direction. He can give over the Sword of Dominion. He can do some other stuff, but I think I just have to have Sandro rush over here, so that way whatever artifacts Sante Paulus has, we can pick those up. I hate to say it, this is not what I planned on doing, but I think that this is the play. And now if we're looking at this, I think rather than go to the south here, I think we're going to go north through these Ogre Lords. Sandro's going to be very, very slow. He's not going to get here very, very quickly, but maybe King Fixie is going to just kind of play a little bit of spoiler here. Rather than pick up the +1, maybe we just go in this direction and hope that Sante Paulus sees us and then runs in the opposite direction. hate to say it, this is not what I want, but we do need to manage our artifacts appropriately, and we've put ourselves in a bit of a pickle, bit of a bind, as it were. Let's see if we can avoid further issues by being just as smart as we can. And speaking of being smart, Vammy has dropped off the skeletons, is going back for so many dwarves. It's gonna be lovely. Vammy, you're doing great. Good work. Good work. Vammy says, you could sow those you could say that those rights don't count for squat. Squat. What a fun word. Squat. There's a couple of words in English that I think that most people really enjoy, whether you're a native speaker or whether English is your second language. And one of my favorites is the word squirrel. You know, the small little woodland creature. Squirrel. I enjoy squirrels. I enjoy saying the word squirrels. Don't know why. It is what it is. Okay. And then Kutsu says, they exist so that the owners can't dispense vigilante justice. The laws and the rules exist so we can't dispense vigilante justice. I hate to say it, but yeah. I hate to say it. Oh man, there's a big conversation we could have, and we're going to steer clear of some examples of what you can and can't do as you're defending your own rights and standing up for yourselves, castle doctrine, and so on and so forth. But when it comes right down to it, there's a lot of discussion going on in the United States about what is and what's not acceptable in the way that you deal with your fellow persons, your fellow man. Anyway, moving on, folks. Let's go into Fixer. We're gonna grab, let's see, Tobal ran to the south. We're gonna grab this crystal because sure, why not? And this is actually good. This gives me a little bit of information. I think that the road's probably gonna go to right there. I'm wondering if I can go south, grab Tobal, and then, I don't know, maybe this is also going to go in this direction. It looks like I was correct. So we're going to pick up the +1 spell power for Fixer and the +1 knowledge. And we're probably going to pick up this castle, this Necromancer Castle. Purple Forestastum? We're going in that direction. We'll probably pick that up and then hopefully go grab the Great Library. I think that'll be pretty lovely. Look at this. Sir Gallant was actually in this area before. This is the first time he's potentially run across this gazebo. But he's going to go check that out and see what's there. The steel skin from the Shrine of the Second Circle. We're going to ignore that for now. And then our only main purchase at the moment is getting this green tower. We have 15 sulfur. I'm going to need at least another 5. I don't really know actually if we need another marketplace to actually help boost our trading capacity, but just in case, I'm going to do this now. It's now going to be 1 bit of sulfur for every 4 ore. That seems like a really good ratio for me. Let's do that. Let's save a bit of ore though, because ore is pretty important for building up dragons. Let's trade some mercury instead. Yeah, 28 sulfur. Yeah, we'll pick that up first thing in the morning. We'll call this the end of day 4. On the day 5. Warrior Sir says, we're not enemies here, we're rivals. It's a friendly rivalry. Warrior Sir, I really appreciate that. Yeah, if we've got all of our mini Phixfox friends here on this map, we're not enemies. We are just simply helping each other achieve the highest pinnacle of gaming that we possibly can. One of my favorite sports, believe it or not, was actually doing cross country, which was like a running sport that high school kids often do. They run a 5K. And my coach was really good about making sure that we understood the value of our competitors. It wasn't that we hate our competitors and we have a big problem with them. He was making sure that we knew, yeah, they are your competitors, but we're still ultimately very grateful that they're on the map because they can help pull us along, they can help push us forward. You need somebody to help increase your motivation to do the best you can, right? So yeah, we're all rivals here, but it's a friendly rivalry. I appreciate that. Bearded Man's back in the chat. Hello, Bearded Man. Nice to have you here. Welcome to you. Hi, Phixfox. Hi, chat. Any notable hero encounters so far? We saw you a while ago, Bearded Man. Yeah, we totally saw you. I think it was at the end of last stream, I feel like. It might have been a while. Oh, it might have been a while. I don't really know. But yeah, I've seen you a time or two so far. And I don't know where you've run off to. Recently, we saw Tobal. Sante Paulus is being a bit of a thorn in our side. Good for them. and so far, everything else is just going, I don't know. I don't want to say according to plan. Going pretty swimmingly, though, I would say. Pretty swimmingly indeed. Thandor is going to cast another Stone Skin, take some damage, and then we will do the Animate Dead at the end of all things. And I think I'm good to just do this. Archers are going to work on this big stack down to 3. It's going to be Royal Mummies. Probably going to lose 1 or 2 here. Vampire Lords. I think that Vampire Lords with the Stone Skid could maybe kill this entire army. Probably. This is just the more direct route, especially when the ogres are going to be very so inclined to focus in on the skeletons. I'm grateful that they're doing that. Okay, we've already lost one Royal Mummy. We're going to back off with them. The Vampire Lords, they're just going to step to here. We'll kill 2. And I think now is as good of a time as any to do the Animate Dead. If we do lose a skeleton to this ogre, we'll be sad, but we will understand that that is the price that we pay. 1 skeleton, 1 Royal Mummy, 2k experience, 11 skeletons back. Not too bad of a deal. Sandro is probably going to be more of a scout than an enemy fighter. Let's go with this scouting. And, oh, this feels so bad. As Sandro picks up a +1 to the attack skill, there's 3 treasure chests, 4 treasure chests. But really, we've got to get going. Oh no! Is this... Can you not get through this area? Ah, there's a rock here. Tundar, what have you done? I was hoping that we could just kind of swing through here. It looks like we might have to go all the way around. I might have chosen the wrong path, and now that's going to set us several days behind. Oh, so sad. So sad. Okay, well, we're not going to be sad for long because... these things do happen. I know it, you know it, we know it. These things, hey, these things happen all the time. And so we're not gonna have a bad attitude about it. We're gonna have a good attitude about it. And we're gonna be grateful that eventually we're gonna get to where we're going. And the fact that Sante Paulus is really hell-bent on going here to this castle doesn't actually faze me. I'm actually a little bit amazed that Sante Paulus is running. I think last time he ran right by me. I'm wondering if he'll do so again. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Go down for some free resources over here. And yes, Tundar is ready to go. Tundar, of course, I just peeked over and I saw you here in the chat. Tundar says hi. Hi, Tundar. Nice to have you back. Welcome, welcome. Back for day 3 of Spritely's expansion. Thank you for everything you do as a great map maker. I love that we're still playing this great map. An orcish witch doctor. An orcish witch doctor living in the hut deepens your knowledge of magic by showing you how to cast stones, read portents, and decipher the intricacies of chicken entrails. We are going to be able to attack this castle here today with Fixer, and there is Tobal. Tobal is running away. If we could catch them, we would. It's going to be a glorious victory here. Any reason to stop in? Mass shield is good enough. I do enjoy a good mass shield here and there. It's probably not going to be my primary spell that I use, just because I've got some better options for this army, but still, I'm keeping an eye on this upcoming fighting force. We'll see where this takes us. Logistics, pathfinding, 6-speed creatures, Tobal. I don't think that you're going to be able to get away for too long, so we're going to track down Tobal, and then we'll see if we have to jet back up this way, or maybe we can go this direction. Still trying to get to this library. Still trying to get there. 2 more gems. To Mercury. To Sulfur. And I think that we're going to have Sir Gallant check out this path over here just to see where this will take us. It'd be lovely if... Oh, he's got a summoned boat. It would be lovely if... I mean, this is so much free stuff. With 50 peasants, Sir Gallant is probably going to go in this direction, and that's probably going to be the very, very best thing that they could do for me. So, way to go. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Green Tower. This now gives us our 3rd Green Tower, or 3rd Dragon Roost. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Okay, so we now have 3 Dragon Roosts going. That's going to be 12 dragons a week. Unless I forgot to build a well. No, I think I'm good to go. And so here on day 5 of month 3, our enemies have got a lot of power, but we do have some pretty good economic backing. We've done a pretty good job in setting ourselves up for success in the long run. We just have to be smart about this, I think. I believe, anyway. And Kutsu says, let him flee, question mark? I mean, if Sante Paulus, if he forced the issue, we could always let him run. We could just choose not to destroy him. I kind of want him to stick around. We'll see if Sandro is able to reach or not. I just don't know the answer. I'm hoping that this treasure chest is blocking the way. No, it's not. Well, in that case, I think that Sandro might as well spend the time to pick up this other treasure, and then he'll go in that direction. I suppose I could send Luna. Luna does have some time and resources. Like, she's not too far away. She might even be able to get there quicker. We'll send her in that direction. Whoever gets there first wins. Whoever gets there second just wishes that they never set off in the first place. Tundar is heading up in this direction. 18 of these ogres. I think I'll actually attack these other ogres first. No, we'll attack the black. No, we'll attack the ogres first because I'm not convinced that we're not going to drop down our forces low enough that these ogres that would have joined us might not afterwards. We might have enough strength for them to be swayed by our diplomatic tongue now, but they might not after they see us take some terrible losses to some dragons. So let's not give them the opportunity to see that. No, no, no. Tobal, we are right behind you. We are hot on your heels. And I'm actually going to take one step out of my way to the south. Roman, Roman. We're going to have to do something about that. So there's another notable face that we have seen is Roman to the south, the Purple Necromancer. Saint Stew's, the Knight Castle, has come into view, as well as Ariel the Sorceress, not a player that we are familiar with, not in the Phixfox community. That's okay. That's okay. If you are interested, I believe that Tundar's actually completed the map. He has revamped it to add some additional familiar faces. So if you download this from the FHeroes2 download spot, I guarantee you that it will actually have even more friendly and familiar faces for you to go and check out. Just keep that in mind as you're deciding what map to play on this beautiful Saturday or Sunday or whatever day you might happen to catch yourself wanting to play some Heroes of Might and Magic. I do have, let's see, dungeon, and then statue not too far away. Tundar says, by the way, I've completed the vast majority of Spritely's darkest hours. Mushan Kipe isn't happy with the Spritely kingdom expanding into Frithmere and captured all of YH Spritely lords, including Phixfox wife. Okay. So, because Tundar let it slip that the next upcoming map is hopefully going to be a map where the queen of Spritely, Phixfox wife, is taken away. And so it sounds like Mushan Kipe is not happy. So is Mushan Kipe the bad guy? That is quite possible. That is a worthy adversary. I don't know if I have what it takes to overcome that force, quite frankly. Mushan Kipe, excellent map maker, excellent, brilliant mind in the Heroes of Might and Magic community. Yeah, I'm trying to stay alive here. That's what I'm trying to do. Speaking of which, speaking of bright minds, Zavora is here as the portrait for Ramlu the Necromancer, Purple Necromancer, and there is Sir LiquidYetti, folks. I don't know what to do here. Yes, I do. Here's the deal. Fixer does have the Town Portal spell. It is always imperative that even if we are not able to defeat LiquidYetti, that we go and pick up as many castles as possible, because then we can always return to them later. We can always just Town Portal back to Library. We can Town Portal back to, I don't know how you say that, Ponies. It is a Warlock castle with dragons in it. I'm going to be very excited to take this from the yellow player. But Topo4HU has been running, trying to sprint to the relative safety of this castle, and this is the end for you, Tobal. We're not going to make it. Oh, Tobal says, not today, Phixfox. Not today, Phixfox. Way to go, Tobal. How is Tobal going to win this fight? 11 attacks, 6 defense, 6 spell power, 3 knowledge. That's how. Fixer is a good hero, but with only 5 attack and 5 defense, Fixer is not the best you ever saw. So, thankfully, we do have a couple of tricks up our sleeves, right? We got the Armageddon. We got some opportunities. We're going to be faster than all these other creatures. Battle Dwarves are going to kind of come up the way. So I think I'm going to put Black Dragon here after I cast this Armageddon spell. We're going to hope that the Armageddon does touch these Dwarves. I don't know if it will or won't. 86 Dwarves stand tall and resist the spell. Not so good. But the Orc Chieftains were not so lucky. That was about 50 Orc Chieftains going down. So now the Dwarves are probably going to step up and do at least 212 points of damage here. I'm going to stay back with this dragon. The big stack of 6 is going to go try and do some damage. 19 to 38. We killed 25 Orc Chieftains. Not too bad, not too bad. And here's my question. 17 attack, 19 defense. If I just sit right here, this dragon's already lost 100 HP, so I'm sure to lose them if the dwarves attack. What if I just sit right here? Will these dwarves do a full 300 points of damage to this dragon? I don't know if they will. Oh, if they're blessed, they probably will. Unless they run around. Did we just get away with something? I think that we just got away with something. That's lovely. 27 spell points left. Tobal is still a very tough combatant. 143 HP. We're going to back off with this dwarf here, or rather this black dragon. And then I'll step up with this one. to here. 41 Orc Chieftains. I'm waiting on this Armageddon. Do you want to do something else? Do you want to do something else? I don't think that a slow is going to work because they're going to immediately haste. The only way I can see this going fairly well for me is if I summon air elementals and then use those to kind of stand in front of the dwarves. Then again, if you do 750 points of damage, like I think you just kind of got to hope that the Armageddon lands again. Don't be scared. Just hope that good things happen. Don't be a negative Nelly. Just assume that good things will happen, and they do. So now we're down to 49 dwarves. There's 300 HP on this dwarf. We will take this retaliation here. We'll kill 2 to 4. Dwarves are doing about 165 points of damage. It's not that much. It's okay. And then once they are down to only 24 dwarves, we're even better off. 300, 252, 135. This 135. I think that dwarf is... that dragon's probably going to go down. Nope, enemy has fled. So Tobal has seen that this was an overwhelming fight and they wisely chose to run. I feel bad. Maybe, let's see, I could not have killed the orcs. If I'd waited until the next round of combat, I mean, maybe we could have gotten away with some blinds or something. Tough to say, tough to say. That might be an opportunity that I'll wish I could get back. But let's keep in mind that now we know that Tobal's got some good artifacts. Tobal, I'm coming for you. If you ever poke your little nose out of your castle, wherever that castle may be, just know that I will be there. And I will hope I can convince you to come to the other side. I will understand if you are a person of honor and integrity and you refuse to abandon your lord and liege. I'll get it. Hey, nobody gets that more than me. But when it comes down to it, I would hope that we could come to some sort of arrangement, some sort of accord. We will see what the future holds. Okay. Kutsu continues on their way. 2 gems. Red dragons. I'm gonna go through these crusaders here. With this army, yeah, 300 archers, I can do it. Somebody's got to. Somebody's got to. Tell you what, I know that Kutsu is more of a resource gathering type of hero, but Kutsu, I think that you're itching for a bit of a fight. I think that you want to go mix it up with this enemy. Let's go through here. I think that this is a land bridge. We have to go all the way around. I mean, we'll find out very, very quickly if this is the end. I almost wonder if I should bring peasants along. Maybe I should bring the dwarves. Crusaders are not going to join. Yeah. Let's pick up some dwarves. And then we'll see what happens over here. Good idea, bad idea? It's an idea. And folks, Vammy is going to now rally the dwarves. We go from 0 dwarves up to 52. 52 up to 103. 103 up to 156. 156 up to 210. 210 up to 259. That is a pretty good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwarven cottages. My goodness, there's more cottages than there are dwarves in Snow White's domain. That's crazy. Yeah, 8 cottages and 7 dwarves. There you go. So we're already up 250 dwarves. I think that these dwarven cottages are absolutely money. I love it. This is great. I didn't realize that there were stone liths. I think that those go to right here. I think I need to defeat these bone dragons while I can with a big strong hero. Is there any chance that they join? There's a chance with the diplomacy. So I'm going to stay right here. I will do this little meetup with Luna first thing in the morning. We will actually take away probably the 20 greater druids. We'll probably hand over 61 Medusas for the ranged damage minus the Titans, and then we will hope that these bone dragons actually want to join us. That'd be crazy if they did, but it's actually fairly possible. Yeah, I think that the army will be tough enough. I think it'll be tough enough. Yeah, so we'll see if we can get these dragons to join us, and if not, this is going to be a nice way to kind of make the map wrap around itself. So that way the map feels a little bit smaller. Save us some movement points. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's do that in just a moment or two. Okay. And I think, yep, statue here, finally. Good. And folks, this has been a very productive week. All of this has occurred in just 1 week. So we got a lot of moving parts here, but I think we're actually moving forward in a really good way. We've picked up an extra castle here in this new week. There's another one soon to fall and another one after that. We're going to have an epic fight against Sir LiquidYetti in just a second. We are really getting into the enemy's domain. And more than that, what else can you ask from me? We're trying to complete this scenario here today. I'm going to commit to stay here either until the library closes or until we defeat the scenario. That's going to be the plan for today. We're going to make this happen. But really, really love it if we could put the pedal to the metal and show our enemies what we are worth long before they start to say, hey, wait a second, maybe we can just maybe beat this Phixfox character. Maybe he's not so strong. Let's put an end to those thinkings before they even start. Okay. New week, Week of the Badger. Let me get caught up on chat, and then it's actually already been about an hour, and I'm actually going to take like a little 2-minute break, a little 5-minute break in just a second, and then we'll go from there. But Tundar says, perfect timing for me to join. Tundar, what have you done? Tundar, what have you done? What have you done, Tundar? Kutsu says, I'm not a fan of rocks blocking my path. They're a tough combatant to have to deal with. Rocks are not my favorite. Where are they? I saw some rocks that were bothering me just a second ago. Forget where they were. Anyway, rocks are not my favorite because they're just a quality all-around unit. 7 attack, 7 defense, 40 hit points. Yeah, they're just good at everything that they do. So rocks are not my favorite. Vammy says, can you not recruit a hero from the Wizard Castle to offload some artifacts? Vammy, I'm so sorry to say, but yes, as Kutsu has pointed out, I do have all 8 of my heroes so far. So we're making some really tough decisions. And right now, Sir Gallant, I can't delete him. He's too good. Fixer's too good. Sandro's too good. Tundar's too good. Luna's too good. And Thematic. Kutsu is maybe my next worst hero, but he's doing good work where he's at. So I don't want to let go of Kutsu if I don't have to. Yeah, this is kind of where we're at so far, but a little bit tough, a little bit tough. And yes, Vammy says, isn't Ariel the default hero name for that portrait? It is. So this is not a player out here. There we go, Maxo. Nice, nice. But the Ariel hero, that's probably been replaced by Tundar in the most recent version of this map, probably. Tundar says, the Spritely Lords, Mushankipe is a lord of Frithmere. Ah, I see that. You see that northern plain you're exploring? That's South Frithmere. Oh, yes, 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 we saw... It was this sign indicated that to the north there is that land. So there's quite a bit going on here. Maybe this is that castle, maybe something else. But yes, there's much to be done here. I do like that all of the Tundar maps actually fit together. I love that. Kutsu says, dwarves. Dwarves. Lots and lots of dwarves. Window is in the chat. Are we winning? Yes, we are. We're winning. So far, so good. No upsetting for me. Kutsu says, air... elementals or disrupting ray? Oh yes, to defeat those dwarves over here. Yeah, it was the fight with Kutsu? No, it was the fight against Tobal. A way to try and make that fight go a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, air elementals, that was kind of a tough choice. We ended up losing no dragons though, so ultimately, even though Tobal ran, it was okay. It worked out okay. Yami says, not sure how I feel about that new Mass Dispel icon. So the Mass Dispel icon, I'm glad that there is a Mass Dispel icon. I do enjoy that there is a new icon for it. I recognize what you're saying though, because it's a little bit, I don't want to call it extra, but it's just, you know, it looks like you just took a couple of Dispels and just put them on top of each other, right? I like it. I like it. In the same way that I could understand how people wouldn't like the Mass Cure, the Mass Bless. Like, I really love these ones very, very much. Mass Dispel, I think it does the job. It indicates what I needed to indicate, which is that everybody's getting dispelled. So, yeah, that's my feeling anyway. Beardman says, the style feels different. I don't know why, but it does. Yes, feels different. The other ones feel like they've always been in the game. Does it not feel like, I might be incorrect on that, but it feels like the Mass Cure and the Mass Bless have always had these icons, even though they've not. But the Mass Dispel is a little bit not quite in the same style. I would agree with that. Still, I do like that there is a differentiation personally. Mammy says, I don't know how to describe it. It feels like the stars look a little bit solid. Yeah, I think so. Beardman believes it's the icon. And Winduella says that the style inconsistencies will just happen with new artists on board and no art direction. I mean, the expansion portraits all have the same problem. This is true. This is true. Push Pop does all of the FHeroes2 artwork, and I think the Push Pop does an amazing job. I think that if you don't know Push Pop from the FHeroes2 Discord, I think that Push Pop is exceptional as an artist, and most importantly, in keeping in style with what the original Heroes of Might and Magic 2 art style was. For example, the addition of the Lith. There's been a 4th Lith that's been added with FHeroes2. I think that is perfectly and currently in line with the other 3 Liths, personally. I think it's great. Push Pop does a good job, but I agree that the Dispel, the Mass Dispel, looks a little bit inconsistent with some of the other ones. Tundar says, it is at all possible for the volume to be increased by like 10%. My phone's so quiet. My speaking voice or the game volume? Increase game volume. This is what I can give you. This is what I can give you. It is going to be quite a bit louder. It might lead to a couple more pops here and there, but it will be a little bit louder. So that's what I can do for you. Sorry, Tundar. Appreciate you. And Sink Soul. Hey, Sink Soul. What's up, bro? Says, but there's 8 dwarves in Snow White. The last one was named Gullible. Oh, I'll have to go check that out. That's my brother for you. Tundar says, by the way, would you like to join as a hero in the next map? Please let me know. I have already been collecting names of people who comment on YouTube and here to feature. So folks, if you're interested in being a part of the next map, then make sure you reach out to Tundar. I'm sure that they're gonna appreciate that. Bambi says, I really don't mind those though. They stand out from the base game portraits in a good way. It kind of makes sense in my head, even if it's accidental. And that would be, for example, this is a portrait that's not the original. This is an expansion portrait. This is an original expansion, and they do have a little bit of a different style, and they do stand out. So yeah, I agree with that. And Tundar says, enjoying replaying the Mushanki Pay maps. Perfect. Becomes a sprightly style after you break free. Very good. Very good. And okay, that's pretty much where we're at. Alright, folks, we're gonna pick a 5-minute break. Let me take a 5-minute break. We'll come right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you in just about 5 minutes. Thank you for the time, and we'll see you in about 5. Thanks. Okay, we are back. Whoa. Oops. So my dear sweet wife, she bought me some really nice new headphones, which I appreciate. And the old ones that are broken, they come with me to the library just so that they are already damaged and they're not going to get worse. And so they do fall apart at the most inopportune time. Option 731, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very, very much. When we're coming down to talking about new equipment and getting stuff that works, heck, I appreciate the support of the channel because that makes sure that things stay together without duct tape. So I appreciate having you here. Thank you so much. Hope to keep you for a really, really long time. And hello, Windowella. We are back. Yes, we are. We're back, folks. Okay. So we got King Fixie here, and King Fixie is going to meet up with the Lunatic. And remember, we're going to go try and get those beautiful winged beasts, the dragons, to join us. I think it's fair to say that these centaurs are not going to make it to the army. I don't know. There's a couple of centaur caves. There are no dwellings for mummies, though. So we're going to keep the centaurs, drop the mummies. And now we've got some space left over for some dwarves. But let's make sure we move over the most important artifacts. So keep this, keep this. Don't need that. The Wizard's Hat for plus 10 spell turn duration. Doesn't really matter. We now have the Expert Leadership. I think that 1 Medal of Distinction or Valor might be useful, but not 2 for sure. For now, we're just going to drop down to only Great Morale. Well, you know, like 1. No, it's okay. We'll just go without. And then everything else I think is in the right spot. We do have the Advanced Luck, so we will get rid of this 4-leaf clover as well. That'll leave us with a Crown for plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. A Breastplate for plus 5 on the defense. Swordbreaker for 4 defense and 1 attack. Stealth Shield. Dragon Sword of Dominion, Arcane Necklace, and then a beautiful, lovely True Compass of Mobility. So I think that this is going to be pretty okay. We will leave Luna here for now. And yeah, mission accomplished. Sandro, you failed. You did not get there in time. And I feel bad because I know that you rushed your little heart out, but just didn't work. Instead, go satisfy yourself by taking out some rogues, taking their calcium, and then going from 34 archers up to 78. That is a good job. Good job, sir. Well done. Windowella says, King Fixie reminds me of someone. Tough to say. Tough to say. I am honored to be in these maps. It's a pleasure that Tundar has included me, and I'm glad that I've got Tundar's continued friendship. Tundar's a great person. I really appreciate them. So, yeah, I'm grateful I get to be included in these maps. I don't want to attack these swordsmen for fear that they'll want to join me. So let's just do this. Let's go straight through these Liths. Oh, I forgot. God, there's Titans. I thought that there was only 3 Liths. This is actually kind of interesting. I mean, for a helmet of Anduran, and then you just need the sword of Anduran? My word. Hold on, do we have the sword of Anduran anywhere? No. Okay. But, I mean, we are close to that battle garb then, if that's the case. Tell you what, let's ignore the Titans for now, because we do want to go see if we can take out those bone dragons first. I think that we might be able to get the bone dragons to join us, and if we can, then things will work out much better. I am going to attack these ogres really quickly. They do want to join, all 31. I've got the diplomacy, and Tundar is just a little bit behind me with advanced diplomacy instead of expert. So we'll just move these forces over here. Very good. Thanks for the time. Yeah, you see 10 of 20. I'm still going to take these forces, but, you know, just trying to get an advantage wherever we can. We'll take it. We'll take it. And then, Pixie, back down you go. No, this is not the place. There we go. Lots of bone dragons. Will they join, or will we just get a lot of experience? Bit of a shame, really. We tried, though. We tried. 1 Medusa for, call it 18, 27, 26 bone dragons. We'll accept that. And take 7 skeletons that we will release into the wild. Off they go. Well, so here's the question then. Do you, knowing that the bone dragons did not want to join you, do you consider getting titans to join you? You've already got titans in the army, so it's actually possible that they will. It's more possible that they will. You've got the diplomacy. You've got troops that look just like them. Bone dragons, you didn't have that going for you. As the game goes on, they're going to get more titans, and it's going to be more difficult for them to join you anyway. Let's just do it. Let's just hope for the best. Sad. I'm sad, but I won't be sad for long. Let's defeat these enemies and then figure it out from there. Let's see. I think that the mirror image is actually fairly useful because we'll attack. We're not going to kill the full stack. Okay, we kill a couple. If we kill the full stack, if we get all 3 of them, then this group is going to waste their damage. If not, then this one single titan will just, yeah, zap us that way. So it wasn't the best, but it'll work out okay. I think that we've got Resurrect True on this hero. Maybe not. Look at that. Look how many... Look how little damage the titans did. Oh my word. Look at this. We haven't lost a phoenix. That is insane. That's the power, 21 defense. That is absolutely stunning. And I almost wonder if a cure, I mean at this point, a cure is the most economical way of preventing future losses. So let's do it like this. Let's kill, I don't know, 2 to 3 here. With the good luck, we should kill the full stack. We do. A little bit of damage goes on to the dwarves. Oh, pity them. That was crazy. That was crazy. 2 titans perished there. Yeah, 59 damage. We're just going to continually cure through the damage, and we're not going to have any problems. Here to man, the titans doing 99 damage instead of 100 was so lucky. It was lucky, but at this point, after we survived that initial salvo, now it is no question about where the fight's going to go from here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, embarrassment of riches. Even the dwarves, I don't think that we're even going to lose a dwarf. No, I think that the dwarves are going to continue. Wow. These titans should have just joined me. Let's be real about that. They should have just joined me. It says we lose 10, but really, we all know the truth. That was not 10 phoenixes. That was a mirror image stack. Oh, and Eliodar is in the chat. Hey, folks. Hey, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing very, very well. Good to see you there. Welcome, welcome. We're back in Spritely, and we've just picked up the Helmet of Anduran. So, Helmet of Anduran, you spy a gleaming object poking up out of the ground. You send a member of your party over to investigate. He comes back with a golden helmet in his hands. You realize that it must be the helmet of the legendary Anduran, the only man who was known to wear solid gold armor +5 on the spell power. Pretty good looking hero. Gotta tell you, I like the way things are going so far. This feels pretty nice. So then, now the question is, do you go anywhere else in these liths, or do you simply make your way back up here? Stente Paulus is coming. We've got plenty of artifact slot room for at least the best artifacts. I think that we're just going to head right back to where we were. Nope, not there. Nope, not there. Right there. And it looks like we're going to be on a collision course. As they try to get to these titans, we're just going to see if we can get there first. I think that we will. I think that we will. So very good stuff. Very happy for the way that turned out. Bambi says, I think first of all, you need to have 2 times the army size of a neutral creature group for them to join you. And I don't think that 10 phoenixes, 60 Medusa, and 250 dwarves really equate to 45 titans. I think that you're right. I think that you're right. I know that each troop is flagged internally in the game with a certain weighted score, which indicates whether or not somebody's going to join. And so like a phoenix and a black dragon, for example, are weighted differently. But you know, I was hoping that with one of the contingencies being that you have troops that look like the force that you're trying to get to join, I was hoping that that plus the diplomacy plus the strength factor would help them join. There is an exact science to getting creatures to join you. I have actually specifically tried to learn just enough about it that I kind of know what I'm doing, but also I don't really know what I'm doing. And the reason is as Zentz has pointed out, Zentz being from the FHeroes2 team, it kind of removes some of the fun and some of the intrigue if you know exactly how some of these mechanics work. It makes it more of a math equation than anything, when really I do enjoy being able to say, well, maybe they will, maybe they won't. But you're right. I think that you're completely correct in the most correct way to play would have been to get double the forces and then some. Okay, let's fight this fight here with the Fixer. She's going to go right on in. Hello. And we're going to pick up dragons here today, 3. Very, very nice. Berserker, Chain Lightning. I don't think I want to hand over a free 5th level Mage Guild. I don't know if I'm going to be coming back. Warrior, you handsome, roguish looking barbarian here. There you go with your magic arrow and such. How did you do that? How did Borisur started with a magic arrow? That's so very interesting. Huh, very cool. Okay, there you go. Well, we're gonna head on up. Unfortunately, I don't have room for Borisur to join. We did lose though, if you notice, we lost this Necromancy Castle here. Sir LiquidYetti is probably on a collision course with Sir Gallant, but it looks like Sir Gallant, this is actually a dead end. I didn't realize this, but this is actually a dead end. Very interesting. I thought that this was going to be a pathway to another area. It looks like this is the only way that Sir LiquidYetti can hurt me. It's going to be a race. Sir Gallant has to rush back home, and then it's probably going to be Fixer town portaling to here to try and cut off LiquidYetti. That's got to be the play, I think. Don't know if that's going to work out well, but let's see how this goes. LiquidYetti turns right around. That's a little bit interesting too. Maybe even close enough I can attack? We will have to wait and see. St. Paulus, dangerously close to my wizard castle with titans in it. Cannot hand over 3 titans for free. That'd be a bit of a problem. And this orange hero, there's lots of heroes that are lithing in and out, and I think that there is a full other lith system that we have yet to see. Yeah, this little archway as opposed to this standing gate. Yeah, there's a whole nother list system that we have a lot to discover with. Okay, St. Paulus is here. I don't have anything I can do other than just purchase these titans, then just defend. Maybe he will attack, maybe he won't. I suppose it's worth it to purchase these forces anyway. Like so. Okay, we'll do it just like that and hope that we can hold out. St. Paulus is not particularly well equipped with forces, but great attack skill and such. So we'll have to just wait and see. There's Medusa here. We don't have Medusa in the army. We're going to ignore them for now. By the way, Vami picked up 436 battle dwarves. We have a mission. Our mission is now to go and get these dwarves to join us and get to this fort. It's not too far away. We will go through this area. We'll go through mummies, druids, and war trolls to get there. Vami's got the pathfinding, so it's not going to be too big of an issue. By the way, we're up to 119 dwarves here for Kutsu. Luna is going back to get resources. Tundar picking up the +1 and now finally ready to attack a black dragons. It's going to be a little bit of a messy fight, but we'll make this happen. And let's see. Windowella says, only man known to wear solid gold armor. Crusaders ask, are we a joke to you? Yeah, I guess so when you put it that way. And it is beautiful, shiny armor. So I really do enjoy their armor very, very much. I'm going to hope that these orcs don't go down immediately. I don't know if they're going to take a lot of damage. I wasn't really paying attention. Wolves have to stay put because of this bad terrain. I don't want to set myself up for a double hex attack. It is going to be the orcs that take the damage initially. Not once, but twice. Wolves, secondary, interesting. Goblins are going to kill 1 or 2 dragons, which is actually a bunch, all things considered. Yeah, we'll use the Medusa and the wolves to try to work on this bottom stack here. Orcs, there's already a retaliation taken off here, so no fear of retaliation. And then 71 ogres are going to kill 1 to 2 of these dragons as well. There's going to be losses here. Of course there's going to be losses, but whoa, 3 black dragons goes down due to the luck there. I don't hate my chances. I just recognize that this is still not a clean fight like I typically would enjoy. Okay. And it looks like the orcs are going to get an unfettered shot off in this big stack of 3 black dragons. A little extra retaliation that I didn't really want to take there, but losses look okay. I think that the AI actually did a better job than I did, but that's okay. 4,800 experience, and for the first time, upon cresting a small hill, we come upon a ridiculous looking sight. The sprite is attempting to carry a scepter that is almost as big as it is. Trying not to laugh, you ask, need help? The sprite glares at you and answers, you think that this is funny? Fine, you can carry it. I much prefer flying anyway. So this legendary scepter, all of a sudden Tundar is a great looking hero, was already a good looking hero before, but now even better. And so now, Tundar, what do I do to use you most effectively? I kind of want to head back to these, well, I kind of want to head back and get as many forces as possible. I really would love to get as many of these ogres into the army as possible, and there's ogres everywhere. But I would really love it if we could get up to the expert diplomacy, so we're getting full forces. There's a gazebo here. How far away are we? We're only about 7k experience. I think that there's a tree up here. Looking for trees of knowledge. There's a tree all the way up here. We might have to go to this tree. It's very, very far away, but let's pick up experience and then we'll go back around. We'll go through these ogres. We're not going to hit the hill fort just yet. We'll go north. Yeah, we'll get to this tree and then we'll just hope for the expert diplomacy. You got to have it. You got to have it. It's too big of an opportunity for you. And meanwhile, everybody else is going to go grab resources. Okay, folks, big fight here in the library. It says it's going to be a glorious victory. It says we're going to lose an awful lot of forces. Eliodar says the sword is left on the upper right. Eliodar, you're totally right. Oh, I'm going to show everybody exactly what you mean there. But Sir LiquidYetti, if you recall in previous playthroughs, went up the little beachhead and took out a breastplate of Anduran and a helmet of Anduran, but left the sword of Anduran that was guarded by lots of black dragons. So there is a sword out there, and if we can get a battle garb of Anduran, we're going to be doing much better. So thank you. I appreciate that. I completely forgot. I would not have remembered that if you had not said something. So thank you. Okay, choices? There's no choice. This is just the best choice right now, I think, personally. It's going to be 2 titans at least. 7 down to, well, 9 down to 7. Yeah, that's going to be the best for us. And then I sort of want to, I don't know what's best here. This guy's not going to have, let's see, he's not going to have archery, so you might as well attack. They're going to do full damage melee or ranged anyway. 7 titans are doing 194 damage. The dragon survives with 9 HP. So we're going to move out of the way with these single stacks. Big stack of 9 is going to go up. We're going to hope that this titan does not attack this dragon here. I think it's a foregone conclusion. We're going to lose at least 1 black dragon because we're all 6-speed creatures, and so they're going to get to go first this upcoming round. 1 titan perishes. Yep. They did waste a lot of damage there. They did 140 points of damage to this 1 black dragon that had 8 HP left, but you know, even losing 1 black dragon feels okay. I suppose it feels all right. We're going to do 1 lightning bolt here. At this point, I've got so many spell points, but I don't think I'm going to lose another black dragon. We'll attack here. Retaliation seems fine. Retaliations are okay. We're down to 3 titans. Yeah, 52. Okay, 153 retaliation, not too big of an issue. There's only 2 titans left. Tell you what, we're going to finish this off with a lightning bolt and a big breath attack there. 1 black dragon goes down. This feels totally worth it. And I'm incorrect. I thought that library would have... Well, I thought that library would have a 5th level mage guild and a library. Instead, library has 14 titans. We're just going to pick those up right now before anything else happens. My word. The AI must be struggling with resources. I believe that this was an orange castle. Yeah, I believe that this was an orange wizard castle. Very interesting. Huh. Well, Armageddon is not really a good choice for me anymore, and that actually is a little bit weird for this upcoming fight with LiquidYetti. Now, here's the deal. I don't think that LiquidYetti can reach here because he's got the 2-speed archers. I kind of feel like I should I don't know what I should do. I almost kind of wonder if I should go... I don't know what I should do. I think that LiquidYetti is going to come in. You know, I want LiquidYetti to get closer, and then I want to attack LiquidYetti. If I'm honest, that's what I want to do. I don't know if LiquidYetti is going to be accommodating to that, though. LiquidYetti might just say, no, I don't worry about that. It's fine for me. Okay, and if that's the case, so be it. Maybe if LiquidYetti turns around, we do something else. I don't want to lose a full day, though. Is it possible I can use Town Portal to my advantage somewhere? I think it's possible I could get some nice artifacts off of Tundar. No, I think Fixer is just going to head south. We're just going to take the long road. We'll go through ore. We'll go through crystal. We'll even go through gems. I anticipate that LiquidYetti is going to go back in this direction, and that's okay. Still, picking up 14 Titans, the amount of strength I have now as compared to where I was a little bit ago is absolutely massive. Total army strength. We as the blue player are in the 3rd position. Green and yellow are still the bee's knees. Wow. Wow. By the way, 27 and 19. So for this fight here, 27 and 19 against LiquidYetti, I'm glad we checked because we actually don't win this fight. You think you do, but you don't really win this fight. And so what you want to do as Fixer is you want to drop off the Titans. You want to drop off the Titans and then use a single black dragon to Armageddon swarm again and again and again. There is no prize for 2nd place. So we're going to pull out all the tricks, all the dirty little stops we have. Yeah, we got stuff to do, folks. If we're going to win by the sweat of our brow and by the craftiness of our Armageddons. Very good. Okay. Speaking of getting the Bone Dragons and the Titans into our army, it probably would have been impossible or not worth it to get 2 times the forces due to the exponential growth of neutral creatures. Yeah, eventually I kind of thought that, like, well, we're probably not going to get there, and that's okay. That's okay. We don't always get what we want. We already had the instance earlier, if you recall, where we picked up, I think it was 20 Phoenixes right here with Fixer. She has since lost those forces. Very, very sad, but that's what she's done. That's what she's done. Folks, I can't do this fight. Holy kittens. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab the gems. We're gonna go to Hydra Veil. Boop. Where is it? There it is. And we are going to drop off everybody but 1 black dragon. Everybody but 1 black dragon. Right, like that. Whoop, nope. There you go. And then we're going to go back to the library. And if we get attacked, we still get to go first because there's no 6-speed creature here. So we're not going to immediately lose. But I also want... Well... I got a feeling LiquidYetti is going to get all the way up here, though. Yeah, and if that's the case, then you go to here, and then you soften them up. No! Holy crap! No, 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 wait. There's no 6-speed creatures here, but there's nothing that says that they're not going to take a 6-speed Minotaur King or a 6-speed Gargoyle and swap that into the army and fight you. If the AI pulls this off and sees the writing on the wall, and then gets a 6-speed creature in there, even if all they do is haste one of the big 5-speed stacks, I'm going to be very impressed with the FHeroes2 AI. This was an error on my part. I should have had a 2nd dragon just in case. And I see my error far too late. The enemy can blank me and take me out of the fight if they want to. Will they? Will they give me a chance to survive, or will they be a little bit too good for my own doing? I don't know. We'll wait and see. But if you are a player, I think that you've got a big reason to say, Phixfox, I see an error, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I think so. Let's see how this goes. And Roman says, I kind of know what I am doing, but I also do not know. Yeah, live, job, raising kids, playing Heroes of Might and Magic 2. That's how it goes. Hey, man, nice to have you back here. Yeah, no, it's, oh, geez. I wish I knew what I was doing. The older I get, the more I realize I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. But it does make me a little bit feel better knowing that the people that I thought were adults when I was a kid, they didn't know what they were doing either. Like, we are all just trying to make it in this big, beautiful world, and we will get there when we get there. Folks, we have found it. We have found what I believe is the digging spot for the ultimate artifact. Right about there. Well, you need to go back. Luna is now officially going to be a digger. gonna do the best she can with it. I'm excited for it. It looks like due to this tree, we actually cannot get through these Crusaders. I'm a little bit sad. I was hoping I could. Oh well, that's fine. And then that means that Kutsu is gonna instead go grab these dwarves, dwarf, and then continue on their pathfinding sort of a way. Very interesting stuff here. Very interesting stuff. Fun map. Fun map. Lots of twists and turns. And really tough enemies. Oh, LiquidYetti. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not like this. What the... What was that? LiquidYetti, what was that? That was crazy. Oh my goodness. LiquidYetti ignores me with the one black dragon. That is crazy. That was completely unexpected. Was my hero just not good enough to even be worth the time? That might be what just happened there. I have no idea what that was, but I'm too scared and embarrassed to even ask. Holy kittens. It looks like LiquidYetti is playing 5D chess with me. Yes, not just one, not two, but 3, 4, 5D chess with me. Huh. Well, and now I'm in a tough position because LiquidYetti has just proved that they can always get from this castle to this castle in one turn. And so I can't take a castle and then like, I can't take, LiquidYetti is actually playing this perfectly. I can't take this castle and then go get my forces and then just like teleport back. And simply attacking here, yeah, you'll get one Armageddon off. Ooh, congratulations. But then you've already lost this castle, and so it's gonna take you forever to get from here back. And I almost feel like I gotta go in this direction. Crazy as it seems, I think I gotta go take this castle just so I have something to hold on to. This is crazy. This is wild. Huh. I've never been so excited at a weird play from the computer and asking myself what is going on there, because I think that was actually a very interesting play, and I'm not sure why they made that decision, but I think it messed with my plans an awful lot. And I think that tells you how much Phixfox tends to play based off of anticipation of and familiarity with the AI, as opposed to based off of just better decisions. It's part of the reason why when the FHeroes2 team has an online server and we can play Heroes Might Magic 2 against each other, it's part of the reason why I think that I'm going to get absolutely exposed. Absolutely exposed. Not as a bad player per se, but not as good as you might otherwise think that I am. Because a lot of my value and my ability to win some of these maps is based off of with just the familiarity with the AI. Against a player, that all goes out the window. And then we're really going to have a test. Does Phixfox have solid gaming principles? Am I still able to outthink my opponent? Time will tell, but I'm very excited to find out. Very interesting stuff. On to a new day. He's chasing us. He's chasing us. Okay. And Bearded Man says, getting Surf and Turf flashbacks every time Phixfox zaps through the stone liths. Oh my gosh. That was a fun playthrough, but you're completely correct. It was just insane going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I needed to disable my spacebar in that map. Avatar Heroes in the chat, greetings and salutations, heroes. Avatar Hero, I love that greeting every single time I get to hear it. Hope everyone's having a great day and an evening. Avatar Hero, we hope that you're having a fun time. Love having you here. Welcome, welcome. And Milo SW 1999. SZW, nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, greetings and salutations from Poland. Hope you're doing very, very well in Poland. Hope you're having a lovely, is this Saturday? Hope you're having a lovely Saturday. I'm sure that it's a great time, and if not, I hope that your day gets much better for you. We're going to be casting Armageddon over here, so you know we're having a good time over here. And Vammy says 14 Titans and a library. Yeah, not too shabby, and I'm glad that we know that that's there now at this point. We just did a bunch of damage, 164 creatures perish. We are going to surrender the dragon, 800 gold over to the guy that looks just like Sir LiquidYetti. These losses are acceptable to me. The gold is totally fine. And I'm actually amazed with how far LiquidYetti was able to get. That's a little bit scary, Vammy says that they can't kill you. Oh, maybe. Feels improbable though. I think that LiquidYetti, I'm glad that we're going to soften them up with some spells. Even if we can just outright defeat LiquidYetti, I still think it's better that we're a little bit more cautious, and so that way we don't simply lose all of our forces for future fights. So even if we defeat LiquidYetti like we did Captain Sante Paulus before, it is going to behoove me to try and save as many forces as possible. Warrior says, it's the best advice once heard. It's a big crazy world out there, so no point in being normal, and I live by those words. I'm thrilled to hear that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, and we're getting some Polish back and forth between our Polish friends in the chat. Lovely. Love to hear that. Good stuff. Dammy says, it's annoying that you can't bomb him here, but just find another castle. Yeah, we're going to go to another castle with another princess in that castle. At least that's the hope anyway. I'm going to do the mirror image onto the phoenixes yet again. I don't think I killed the full stack of crusaders. I will try. We could kill them. Oh, we killed them. That's great. Because then what this does is now I get a nice hit off on 22 crusaders with these phoenixes. I do believe I've got the animate dead. I got animate dead, but I don't have a... I don't want to attack here, because then I will lose the troops on this retaliation. I think I want to attack the rangers. The problem is that I've seen the AI sometimes attack the real thing, and sometimes I've seen them attack the mirror image. In Heroes of Might and Magic 2 Gold Edition, you can always count on the enemy to dispel this fighting force whenever possible. Here's my thing though, I think that if they want to do that they'll just do a magic arrow for 3 spell points, and then they'll take the damage on the crusaders. I feel like I might as well get the damage off anyway. I really put the phoenixes in a bad way here. They're gonna get crushed. 31 defense, 34 attack. Yeah, with the double hex or double strike, we're gonna get crushed. I can't help it. With the good luck though, this feels worth it. 22 crusaders down to 16. That was actually big. I think we're gonna lose like 3. Oh, we lost 6. We lost 6 phoenixes. My word. Oh, please don't do that again. We killed 3 to 4 with the titans. Yeah, these poor phoenixes. Oh my word. This is not... Oh, I was so cavalier with my forces there. That was so bad. Not good. Not good at all. And I don't have a Resurrect True like I thought I did. It might be worth it to find a castle and just invest in a 5th level Mage Guild, see if we can get all the way up to there, because I don't have any way of adjusting this. This is just bad. Let's do 540 points of damage with the Cold Ray. That kills pretty much the full stack of Crusaders. In fact, did that do more damage than the Mirror Imaged Phoenixes? That did. The Mirror Imaged Phoenixes, with good luck, did 446 points of damage. I miscalculated. Cold Ray for 6 spell points is doing 540. So what was I thinking? 6 Phoenixes goes down, and Captain Sante Paulus continues to be a thorn in my side. Sante Paulus, I have met a worthy adversary. Oh my goodness. You will not be so lucky a 3rd time. I say to myself, setting myself up for massive disappointment when you ultimately do that to me again. I'm sure he will too. Crafty veteran move from the Phixfox heroes. Love it. Love it. We're going to pick up the +1 knowledge here with Vammy. Vammy's going on down the way. Kutsu's picking up more dwarves. 177 up to 239. And we'll go back in this direction. With these forces, Pack Red Dragons, +5 attacks, +5 spell power, I think that, Kutsu, I think that you're still going to get some damage off. Yeah. You're still going to get some damage off. All right, Kutsu, I believe in you. Let's do archers to the top, flying creatures to the bottom. Yeah, it's not going to be very pretty, but with 1 attack, 4 defense. Oh, ooh. Actually, Kutsu, I don't think you got this. No, I don't think you actually do have this, Kutsu. I'm sorry. Nope. I thought that Kutsu was able to fight this force, and I think that we win. Off of the back of 250 dwarves, I think you'll win, but I don't think that the losses are acceptable. You will lose so many archers, and that's just not acceptable to me. Very sad. Lunatic's gonna head north. It's gonna be Tundar. Remember, Tundar's going to try and pick up this tree. Oop. So that way we can get the expert diplomacy. 1,000 experience, very good. Sandro, I kind of need Sandro to... I didn't need Sandro to go dig. It's going to be a long way, though. Very far out of Sandro's way. But I'm going to sacrifice some of the resources that we otherwise might have lost. Let's do this. Resources, resources, resources. And lest we forget, Fixer does need to come back into the fight. So Fixer is ready to go. And rather than just wait, I think we'll do it like this. Should we go pick up forces? 6, 14. So 22 dragons are out there that we can pick up. Legendary Scepter. If we pick up the Stealth Shield and the Legendary Scepter on Fixer, do you want to fight straight up against LiquidYetti? Do you want to? I mean, consider 27 and 19, you'll get yourself up to 7 attack and 9 defense. You're still going to get crushed. Like, you still just want to use spells to soften this guy up. You really do. So I'm looking at the possibility of having Fixer go around and grab forces. I'm just going to continue to do this, unfortunately. It's feels boring, it feels not exciting, but it's absolutely the most correct play. So we're going to head in this direction, and I got a feeling that LiquidYetti is going to come up this direction very, very quickly. I got a feeling that we're going to say hello sooner than I would like. And by the time he gets to here, as much movement points as he has, Hydra Veil might even be under duress. It's going to be a little bit nasty. It's going to be a little bit ugly. I don't think I got a good way of dealing with this fighting force. Yep, here he comes. Yeah, look how far he moved on poor terrain. Look how far he moved. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. By the way, Sandro the Peasant Killer is in the chat. To the real Phixfox, it's good to see you again. Sandro the Peasant Killer, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Love seeing you. Hope you're doing well. Yami says, the AI has its priorities straight. Absolutely it does. After it ran right past me and took the castles. Golly. Golly. And Windowella, exposed. Fix is a fraud, exposed. Can I tell you, somebody on one of my YouTube videos, it was, let's see, it was Price of Loyalty number 2. It was the first time I played this scenario. They said, hey man, you cheated. And this happened months ago, and I'm still sore about it because it's my honor on the line. They said I cheated because they said I didn't play it on expert difficulty, even though you could see me put it on expert difficulty at the time. And it was because the FHeroes2 team had a bug and you got to start off with more starting resources than you were supposed to. And it hadn't been fixed at the time that I played the scenario, right? And so I had to go and double check, and I had to go ask, iHub, I had to go ask Zents, hey, is this correct? Like, trying to clear my name a little bit. And when I was ultimately able to be like, okay, we're good, I still felt kind of sore about it. So if I'm exposed because I'm not as good as I think I am, that's one thing entirely. But in this modern era, geez, if you have one cheating scandal, you're done. I don't want anybody to accuse me of cheating because you can't come back from that. Like, you can't come back from that. If you're good, you're good. And if you suck, you suck. Don't pretend like you're better than you are. That's not okay. Especially for a game from 1996, 1995. If you're good, great. If you're bad, it is what it is. Okay. Bambi says, I always get humbled when playing Heroes 3 multiplayer. Yeah, there are some good players out there, and I'm grateful that there's so many good players out there. Because, I mean, it's a fun game, and I think that there's just so much experience that people have with Heroes Might and Magic 3 that you just know that there's a lot of fun, quality interactions that people thought about. There's strategies that I never would have thought about in a million years. I'm grateful for the Horn of the Abyss for making it so easy to play Heroes 3 competitively online, because, man, it is a pleasure to watch some people just be good at this quality game. So, yeah, 100%. And by that same token, that's part of the reason why I am looking forward very, very much to the Heroes Might and Magic 2 being online, so that way we can figure out what are the interesting little strategies that nobody's ever thought of yet, because I know that they're out there. Oh, I know that they're out there. We just gotta see what people can come up with. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be not just good, it's gonna be great. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Okay. And Avatar Heroes is saying hello to everybody. And then, yeah, tough. Lexiov finally made it to first place in the Horn of the Abyss lobby. Congrats. I did see that the other day. Good for Lex. Yeah, if you don't know, Lexiov is one of my favorite Horn of the Abyss streamers. Does a really good job with what they do. Really exceptionally talented and works really, really hard. To simply say it's talent doesn't recognize how much effort and time Lex has put into the game. And it's very clear that after 4 or 5 years that they've really put in so much work. Couldn't have happened to a better person to hit rank 1 on the Horn of the Abyss server. I wonder how long they're going to keep that though. It does feel like to me that Horn of the Abyss is one of those things where it kind of comes and goes. Like any number of things could be the reason why you end up not being rank 1 forever. Holding the number 1 spot, like getting to the number 1 spot, is impossibly tough. Staying there forever, that's even tougher, I think. So I'll be excited to see what the future holds, but congratulations to Lex. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, this is going to be a fight. On to the new day. And Tundar says, I wonder why LiquidYetti didn't get the tent an open yellow. I don't know. Why they didn't get a tent an open yellow. I don't know. I'll be excited to see. We'll find out what's going on there. Vammy says the question is really how far he stops from the city. Yeah. And I think that LiquidYetti's going to be at that castle in 2 days. I don't think that they're going to be too far away. I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity to get lots of Armageddons off before I actually have to fight them. Even if they only have 10 Cyclopes though, they're still too tough. Did you notice that the auto combat says that 1 Black Dragon is only doing enough to kill 1 or 2 Orc Chieftains worth of damage? That's scary. That is terribly scary. And right now it's costing me 3,200 gold. Ugh. Right now it's costing me 3,200 gold to cast 700 HP worth of Armageddon. It's completely and totally gold efficient. It's totally worth it, but I only think I'm going to get 1 more Armageddon off before I have to call it, because I'm just going to run out of movement points. He got close enough that he can reach me next turn, but he's also far enough away I can only Armageddon him 1 or 2 more times. And I have to evacuate those troops that are currently in that castle. So couple Phixfox mistakes here, I think. Couple Phixfox mistakes. Oh, that's right. I got to rehire. There you go. Okay, so rehire. Where are we at? Where are we going? Yeah, look at this. It's going to be 1,800 movement points. We are going to have enough movement points to get out, but we're not going to be able to do this again. So 400, we're going to attack. We're going to have 300. We'll rehire, and then we're going to have to evacuate from this area. This is crazy. Sir LiquidYetti is so tough. So very tough to deal with, and there's no way I can do better. This is it. This is what I can do against this crazy force. Wow. LiquidYetti should be very proud of themselves. By the way, 41 war trolls down to 23. You're killing half. Well, at this point, you've halved the stack of war trolls. I mean, we're on the right path, but I do not think I can rehire and then stay put here in Hydra Vale. There's no way. 200 Orc Chieftains, they're going to tear through you like tissue paper. We are obligated to take these forces and then just skedoodle. Take these forces and run. Where did this guy go? Yeah. Hold on. He's going to need some 6-speed creatures just so he can escape with the Golden Goose. Unless, what if I do this? Hold on. I'm just going to take all these. I'm going to take all this. We will hand over the Fizbin of Misfortune. I will hand over all these other artifacts to somebody else. So Sir Gallant, good hero, not going to stick around for too much longer. We will go back to, I don't know. Tundar is heading back up to this castle. Yeah, we'll go back to Sanction. And then hopefully Fixer can meet up. We can trade some good artifacts. Sancton, excuse me. Yeah, and then I guess we'll go back and do other fun stuff when we get the chance. But this campaign cost the enemies dearly, but it's amazing that they were still able to beat us back. And here's the problem. Sir LiquidYetti is likely to step into a boat and go anywhere they want to cause me major harm. I am spooked. I am scared spitless by Sir LiquidYetti. As to I should be. As to I should be. Okay. All right. Well, Kutsu continues on. Vammy. Visions. Good stuff. Good stuff. Nearby Titan. Losses are acceptable. Serenity Dependent. Sure, why not? major losses to these war trolls. Vami's good, but geez, we do not have a good way of helping these dwarves be the best they can be. I think I severely overestimated how good Vami is. Like, you totally win these fights, but man, you take some losses. Golly, 400 HP worth of lightning bolt? Okay. And I'm going to fight these fights just to drop as many lightning bolts as possible. It will save some forces, and I'm still in the business of saving forces. When you have a big scary LiquidYetti out there, you can't afford to be cavalier with these forces. Who knows when 400 dwarves could be the difference between a win and a loss. So we'll do this again. Here, and here, and there. 34. Cool. I hate to say it, that these dwarves and these ogres are not even going to get into this fight. Ugh. 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 Okay. I will do one more lightning bolt, and then I trust that the AI is going to do this correctly and make sure that the big stacks get taken care of. So that's about as good as we can do. 64 battle dwarves goes down, or rather 64 dwarves and about 12 other dwarves. But we are in this new area here. We've cleared out this path, and it might be time for this hill fort. Yeah. Dwarves up to battle dwarves. That's going to be the play very, very quickly. Okay, we'll pick up a Death Ripple, Magic Garden. And so while we've kind of lost the campaign in the western half of the map, we are going to get a cool opportunity to do some damage here in the east. By the way, is that Sarrakin the Wizard or Sarrakin the player? The French phenom? I don't know, tough to say. But I'm hoping that it's, that'd be really, really cool if that was another one of our friends here. Hello, Sarrakin. Nice to see you. Okay. And I think that's the end of the day. Month 3, week 2, day 7, on to day 1. Excuse you? Sir LiquidYetti. Wow. Wow. Now that one's a little bit too interesting. I think that play where LiquidYetti gets really, really close to that Necromancy Castle to chase down Fixer and then teleports away before they actually meet their goal, I think that is actually getting too cute with it, is kind of the expression I think you would call it. Yeah. I think that's getting too cute with it. At that point, clearly, you just want to take the castle and then carry on there. But instead, it looks like they went somewhere. Oh, Sensei Zents. I love that. Sensei Zents. Zents, of course, from the FHeroes2 team. Very cool. Oh, they purchased Boreaser. Boreaser, I'm so sorry. We're going to be good, fun rivals the next little bit. Maybe, hold on, there he is. LiquidYetti actually came back to King Fixie. That's what happened. Oh, so Fixer splits, and then King Fixie, rather than fight on one side of the map, we're now fighting on 2 sides, and Sir LiquidYetti is just covering so much ground. That's so wild. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh, Bearded Man, there you are. Bearded Man, found you. 2 dwarves goes down, but we're here in the castle of McGarrier. Wonderful. It's got some crusaders and such. It's now got some skeletons manning the garrison. 77 rangers, which is kind of cool. There's Aline the Gnome. She is back, and Luna the Sorceress, level 1. Not my Luna the Sorceress, but a Luna the Sorceress. I don't think that LiquidYetti can reach me here. Cloud Dare. I wonder if this is an opportunity. We're going to pick up the +1 here because it's a free level up for Fixer. I think I'm just going to have her rush as far as she can. As far as she can to here, because I really want her to meet up with Tundar. Okay. Because yeah, Tundar's a great hero, but Tundar does need some spells to be the most effective he can be. So we're going to trade all this over. Tundar's now got the Golden Goose and a purse for that matter. It's not a purse, it's a satchel. Okay, Tundar. And yeah, good looking hero here. We're going to keep the ogres. Everything else is going to go with Fixer later. Both these heroes ran out of movement, so we might be able to rehire, or rather just teleport in here. LiquidYetti can't reach. We might get some good firebombing off, and then it'll be combining artifacts to make the best possible hero. And I don't think that you want, King Fixie. I don't think King Fixie's as good as Fixer. We'll have to double check. I don't know how much of this is based off of stats or otherwise, but I think it might be very, very soon time to defeat LiquidYetti. Let's see where LiquidYetti goes. For now, we're going to stay here overnight, get full spell points. Vami's going to continue on the way. Vami could get this Dragon City. I think that there's probably like 6 or 7 or 8 dragons in there. It's a bunch. But for now, we got to get those dwarves, battle dwarves. Day 1, stables. Windmill. Avoid the ogres for now. Searching for ultimate artifact is fruitless. Your hero could not carry it even if you found it all, as all the artifact slots are full. Dang it. Sir Gallant is going to go down, just so that way we can facilitate a dig here. This is going to do this. We're going to get Alina the Gnome. She's back. Alina the Gnome is going to drop off Centaurs. She's going to take 1 artifact out of the slot. We'll take the Hideous Mask. And no, that's pretty much it. Evercold Icicle. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then that gives Luna the chance to dig. And now we got 2 heroes here who can dig, and we'll cover this whole area in the next couple of days. Very, very good. Okay, good stuff. And that actually means that Sandro doesn't have to go. 2 heroes digging is probably plenty. So he'll head on down. And all eyes, folks, all eyes are here on Sir LiquidYetti. Where is Sir LiquidYetti going to go? What is this fight going to look like, knowing that we have reinforcements potentially here, and more importantly, reinforcements here. 9 black dragons, 17 red dragons, 7 green dragons, tons and tons of reinforcements. In fact, so many reinforcements coming that I think it's time to make sure that we are adequately prepared. Let's go up to black dragons in the Castle of Hoops. Stroud is going to go up to red dragons. We're not going to get killed on the upgrade costs. We're going to get black dragons tomorrow before anything else happens. I do want to check one more thing though. Hold on. Bearded. There he is. Bearded man. We found you. Good hero. Good hero. Level 12. Ali. And it's a knight. So the attack and the defense is really good. Advanced wisdom. This is a good hero. There's so many good heroes. So many good heroes. Okay. But that's the end for now. On to new day. What does Sir LiquidYetti do? Please don't kill King Fixie. Please don't kill King Fixie. And that's it. We're close enough that Fixer can get off as many fire bombs as she wants to. We're going to Armageddon this guy into the ground, and then King Fixie is going to take all of the credit. Fixer's going to win the game, and then King Fixie is going to take the credit. What a good story. Okay, all right. If Fixer can do the job herself, we'll just let her do it. I'm sure that she'd appreciate that. Okay. Let's get back to chat real quick. Vami says, I wouldn't be humbled if it were players with more experience than I in competitive play, but I've lost to people who are beginners like me, allegedly. I don't know. Do you really think people would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies about how much experience they have playing a game? It seems to me that many people enjoy playing games as a smurf, where they more or less just, pretend like they're lower in skill level, so that way they can have an easier game. That just seems to me like what I expect people to do more often than not. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that they might have been pulling your leg. They could have been pulling your leg. How about that? We're putting all the spell power artifacts over here on Fixer, so she can do more damage with her 1 black dragon. Yeah. There's no adjustments in this fighting force. It's still going to be just these troops. So we should attack. No problems. Before we were doing 750 points of damage with the Armageddon. Now it is up to 1,500. We have doubled the damage. Holy kittens. Holy kittens. By the way, 27 attack, 19 defense. We're going to burn this guy to the ground. Did we kill 40 trolls here? 38 war trolls are dead. We killed 270 creatures. We halved the stack of orc chieftains. Oh my gosh. And even so, I think that these Cyclopes and these Ogre Lords and these Orc Chieftains, I still think that they beat us right now. Like, if we just said, charge, men, fight, I think that we would immediately lose. I don't think that you win if you fought right now. I really don't. I'm hoping that Fixer can reach one more time. He can, barely. But here's the deal. She's not going to have enough movement points to come back, so it's got to be King Fixie that fights this actual fight. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use some of my movement points here. And I'm going to take back the artifacts I actually need. You keep the staff. You give me the crown. You keep spell points, spell power. Give me the legendary scepter. Give me the offensive stats. Wow, this is gonna be crazy. There's only 3 artifact slots left over. If you want to drop a stealth shield here and there, I think that you do. Drop 2, so 16 and 23. We're gonna be good enough to win, but wow, this is gonna be nuts. Okay, so we are gonna get one more Armageddon off. It's not gonna be for 1,500 points of damage, but it's still gonna be pretty good. Pretty good. It'll be 1,200. Okay. 1,200. I mean, that's half the stack of Cyclopes. Pretty good. Yeah, down to 57 Orc Chieftains, 10 of the Cyclopes, and 68 of these Ogre Lords. All right, LiquidYetti, I'm embarrassed to say that I have been fighting you in a very unethical manner. But this is what it takes, man. This is what it takes to beat you. You were just that tough. So I think it's going to say that we lose, and then we're going to have to use some spells to actually win the fight. Never mind. Glorious victory. We have equalized on stats, and King Phixie is going to take this fight. Do we have blinds? Do we have an ability to prevent the enemy from running? Not really. Not really. We got a slow? No, we don't have a slow even. Might be, let's see, 24 defense. So 16 attack against his 27 attack. 19 defense against my 23. Yeah, we've equalized on the stats. I think that we decided before that the mirror image is a bit of a waste of time. 520 points of damage. I think you drop that right onto these Orc Chieftains. This is a big scary fight. This is a big scary fight. I think that you just want to take out these Orc Chieftains so you don't feel obligated to fly down and deal damage. Because if you put yourself in harm's way, you're going to have a real bad time. He can always haste here, haste here. There's lots of stuff he could do. We're going to wait, let the enemies get a little bit closer to us. I'm going to move the Black Dragons down so the Dwarves can step down if need be. I think you want to kill all the Cyclopes. Most of them anyway. He berserked the Battle Dwarves. Battle Dwarves did not kill a dragon, but the Black Dragons did about 600 points of damage back to the Battle Dwarves. Crazy. Crazy. So we did lose, how many dwarves was it? 30? 30 dwarves goes down. That actually is good information to have. We want to finish this fight as quickly as possible. As soon as possible. So the Phoenixes can't quite deal with these Orc Chieftains. We don't have any disabling spells. We really need a blind. We really need a paralyze or something. 520 points of damage. It's going to be only 8 of these Ogre Lords. Is that it? Really? I'm probably going to end up losing one Black Dragon here. I don't think I can help it. But at this point, I think it's worth it to me to try to prevent the enemy from running. Yeah, you're only going to kill 7 to 14. That's crazy. Not good. Kill 4. If we just get the dragons over here, if they do that again to the dwarves, then it's fine. I'll lose all the Medusa. I just don't want to lose dragons if I can help it. Free shot, 11 to 17. The dwarves resisted the spell. Way to go, gentlemen. That is using your head. I am very impressed with that. Good work. 25% chance to resist the resist the berserk, and they did it. Now, here's an opportunity. 20% chance to petrify. Let's take that chance and let's just hope we get this. Please? I wish that good luck automatically triggered the petrify. I think that that'd be just like a cool sort of a deal. And now with only 46 Ogre Lords left, with 46 left, I don't want to lose these Phoenixes. The 7 speed is actually pretty valuable, but I think that with the Disrupting Ray, I mean, that's going to be, let's see, 24 defense. That's going to be an extra 30% damage here, 30% damage here. Not 30% damage here because the dwarves aren't going to get to go first. I don't think we can kill 46 dwarves, unfortunately. In which case, I'll do this mirror image. We'll pull down. This will just draw aggro. This will draw the retaliation out. I'll keep some of my forces a little bit safer. And if I attack here, then the dwarves, I don't think are going to step up and attack me here. They might go back, but at least then the Titans have 252 HP to survive with. So we'll kill a couple. 29, 11, 17. You know what? If we got good morale, I might have cost myself this fight. If we get good morale or good luck here, I'm going to regret not doing a more damaging spell. Nope, didn't get it. Dang it. LiquidYetti has run. Oh, we've got to get a blind. We must get a blind. Right here. We're going to go right here. We're going to sit here. I'm going to keep doing something until I get something good. Paralyze? Nope, that's not it. Alrighty, we're going to go to a new castle. Jeez. But you see the value. One single blind would change that entire fight for the best. For the best. Fixer's going to be back in action all the way over here, and she's going to start collecting dragons like Pokemon. Gotta catch them all, girl. Go catch them all. Oh, holy, are you kidding? What, huh? What the actual... What? He surrendered. He didn't run. He surrendered. That can't be right. He surrendered, not run. So since he surrendered, whether he surrenders or run, I shouldn't get the opportunity to see him. This is insane. This is insane. Folks, I think we just won the game. Let me get caught up on chat because that was a huge moment there. Let's immediately get rid of somebody. Alina the Gnome. Dig. Nothing. Bye. Oh my goodness. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. Sir LiquidYetti is now under my control. If you run or if you surrender, it should go to the enemy's tavern. But then we rehired Fixer. And then I got the opportunity to take him first. That's crazy. I would be so mad if I was player 2, and if that happened, I'd be so mad. That's insane. That's insane. LiquidYetti, you've done something crazy that I've never seen before, and I'm excited to have you on board. Welcome, welcome. Holy kittens. All right. Yeah, let's get caught up on chat because that was a crazy moment. I want to see people's reaction to that. Bambi says the math isn't working in your favor for these distances. Yeah, we did get the 2 Armageddons off, and that did ultimately win us this fight. But in general, the distance hasn't been very kind, especially up here. That was really not kind. But ultimately, it worked out later, so that worked out fine. And the LiquidYetti probably has a ton of movement artifacts. He's got the True Compass and the Nomad's Boots. Even when he had those 2-speed... Did he have 2-speed archers at one point? I thought he had 2-speed archers. Even when he had the 2-speed archers, he was sitting at, it looks like, probably about 1,800 to 2,000 movement points. So that's crazy. Insane. Insane. After our hero says, yes, I say Lex is the happiest H3 player. Aw, that's great. And I'm the happiest H2 player. I love that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I would rather be, okay, would you rather have a kid that's really, really smart and top of their class, or a kid that's really, really kind? I would rather have a kid that's really, really kind. Like, you can work on the other stuff. You could be good and adequate in other areas, but I really like the idea of just being the kind player myself. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. OMG, Avatar Hero continues. What will happen when Phixfox versus Lex happens? It'll be ecstatic. I don't know. I don't know. If we play Heroes 3, he'll destroy me. If we play Heroes 2, I think he'll acquit himself quite nicely, right? And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. I think he'll acquit himself quite nicely. Vammy says it'd be exciting if Yetti picked up the Fizzbin, probably full inventory though. It turned out not, so he could have ended up picking up the Fizzbin from Sir Gallant, but it turned out that didn't happen. And then Fixer has Town Portal, right? If LiquidYetti boats lands a tile away from the castle he's cooked, that would have been the play. If he had not gone back to here, and if he had just gone into the boat, we would have been money. Absolutely. It worked out okay eventually, but geez, crazy. Roman says, I believe that AI will do it correctly. Probably, but as a software developer, I am shivering at what I hear. I guess I'm basing that off of, I think it was the, no, Sante Paulus fight? No, it was this fight against the War Trolls that you said that. At that point, I just trusted that the AI was going to do what it always does. But then again, like you're saying, there are some times where it does surprise me. After our hero says to Tundar, sir, the sprightly maps are absolutely amazing. This is so much fun and interesting. Well done, well done. And Avatar Hero also recognizes that the Armageddon bomb happened probably, what, six or 7 times? We got a bunch of Armageddon bombs off. That was lovely. That was great. That was great. Vammy says, I didn't mean allegedly, as in I think that they were Smurfs, but rather I'm fairly sure they were beginners, but I can never be certain. Oh, Vammy, sorry. Yeah, Vammy was talking about their experience with Heroes 3. And yeah, you got to the point where allegedly they were beginners. They weren't pretending, they weren't saying that they were beginners, and maybe they were, maybe they weren't, but Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Yami says Battle Dwarfs have a 40% resistance. Is it 40%? I think it's 25. Yeah, it's 25 here. So it's 25 here, 25 here. I don't... It's in Heroes 3. In Heroes 3, they go from 25% chance at regular dwarves to 40% chance with Battle Dwarves. But here in Heroes 2, it stays at 25% regardless. Good, interesting stuff. Yami says more losses and the enemy fled. That's something interesting. Yeah, that's interesting for sure. And Tundar says bug. Surely. What the hell? Scared Pikachu face. Yeah. Crazy moment. Crazy moment. He should be available for green. And this might be something that the FHeroes2 team gets to take a look at because that's absolutely wild. Vammy says LiquidYetti clone lab. Maybe. If this is the cloned version, I will accept it because this is looking fine to me. Eliadar says new main hero. Honest to goodness. Level 21. Level 22. Level 22. So he's just as good in a lot of ways. Let's see. You can always right click here, by the way, to just kind of see what the modifiers are. So like we actually have 3 base attack skill here, or rather 3 base defense, plus 4. This is plus 10, plus 14, plus 17. So she's really good spell power knowledge anyway. But he... Wow. Wow, he's got 18 base level attack skill. 9 defense. So 18 attack, 9 defense. He does scale as a barbarian, so that makes sense. And then he does have 12 spell power courtesy of artifacts. So it's actually, he's like 9 spell power, which is totally fine. Yeah. He's a good hero. I think if you put the very best artifacts you have on a LiquidYetti, I think he's your best hero. And does he have the spells to boot? I mean, he's got to view all. He's got Town Portal. I guess that's courtesy of this battle garb. I think you're right. I think he might be your best hero now at this point. I'm going to go with it because of the attack skill. The dragons with an attack skill hero. I mean, you got a sorceress here and you've got a warlock here. So we don't spec into the attack skill or the defense skill. Yeah, he's a competent spellcaster. And if you put the dragons on him, he's going to be the man. So you know what? Instantly, Eliadar, you're 100% main hero. He's the guy. He's the guy. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let's watch this. I don't care about the spell power so much, but let's put all these other artifacts onto him. We'll keep the knowledge. No, the knowledge is gonna come off because we're gonna put the book on him. The book is plus 10 knowledge. It's so stat efficient for what it is. Swordbreaker is going to go in place of the Speculum. Lightning Rod's totally coming out. Don't care about that. We've already got 1 True Compass. You don't need 2. Spike Shield, plus 2 attack, plus 2 defense, like that. Plus 1 on the Defender's Helm is coming out. We'll give the plus 2 here. These Legendary Scepters do double up. That's not a problem. We'll take the luck out. This, oh my goodness. LiquidYetti, you are an animal. 37 attack, 33 defense. This is crazy. And then as soon as Fixer can, in fact, we'll do it right now. We'll hire these dragons. We'll bring them to the front. We'll go back to Mick. Oh, bring up the dragons, titans, phoenixes for speed. Dwarves are a little bit too slow for me. At this point, we're going to be a high-speed intercontinental ballistic missile. It's going to be our main goal. We'll do a big split here. Bring everybody in. And here's the knowledge. So you're up to 28 knowledge and the ultimate staff. My goodness, there's no slots for extra artifacts, but do you need slots for extra artifacts? Like honestly, do you need slots for extra artifacts? I don't think you do. I don't think you need anything extra here. I think that this is perfectly fine just the way it is. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alrighty. Well, LiquidYetti, I would like one other request of you. Before you go off an adventure and do fun things, I would like for you to actually head north and set sail and get me another town portal. Give me another battle garb, because then what I'll have is I'll have a town portal here that Fixer's picked up. We'll have town portal for LiquidYetti via the battle garb of Anduran here. And then I can hand off another battle garb over to King Pixie. At that point, we're going to be unstoppable. So if we do this one extra little side quest before we go and just destroy everybody else, we're going to be having an even better time than we already are. LiquidYetti, this map has been blown open. I am scared of no man No man, no beast, no nothing. Even Sante Paulus is not going to be able to stop us. And this is the only sad part about this, folks, is I think that Sir Sandro needs to just be slept. I don't think that he's particularly valuable at this point. I think that even Tundar, I think Tundar is good to stay put. I think that Luna, the lunatic, is going to continue to dig because sure, why not? I think that Kutsu, it's time to just take it easy. Find a place of resting of your choosing. Let's go back to this little town so you can find some peasant friends to hang out with, and we're going to have you go to sleep. And Vammy. Vammy's going to get the dwarves up to battle dwarves, and then we're going to call it a day. Everybody but these three main players now. LiquidYetti, Fixer, and King Fixie. These are the only three players that are going to be active. I think we only need 3 heroes at this point to really win the game. So, crazy, crazy stuff. Did not expect this to happen, but hey, I'm grateful for the way that this map has turned out. What a crazy adventure. What a crazy moment. Crazy moment. Wow. The enemies are so cooked. You're so done. You're so done. You have no chance. Wow. No chance. Huh. This is the kind of scenario where after you come home from a long day of work and you just want to feel like a superhero, this is that moment. This is giving me superhero vibes. And at this point, I wonder if there's any enemies out there that I'm not aware of. They're too tough for me to deal with. There probably is. I don't know who they are, though. I don't know who they are, though. Vammy says probably has something to do with the size of the map and the number of heroes. Possibly, possibly, possibly. And Vammy says, oh, is it 20 and 40 in 3? Maybe it's time for a break. It might be time for a break. After I get the 2 battle garbs, I'll probably take a break. Yeah, because we're about 2 hours into this playthrough. So yeah. Dang, look at Captain Sante Paulus though, 23 and 15. Like there's some good artifacts, but I just don't have the slots for it. This will still be fine for me. I think this is already winnable where it's at, but I see an opportunity to do even more. We'll do tons of damage to the Crusaders, 1300. That'll kill most of the stack. I will save the Phoenixes. Again, we're keeping them for the speed more than anything. We will go straight for, I don't know, sprites? Crusaders. Go kill the Crusaders. Oh, go kill the sprites. It's weird that the rogues are gonna attack me and I'm not gonna retaliate for any damage. It's weird that I'm just gonna kill the rogues outright. I don't think I'm gonna lose dragon here. Nope. All right. And we learned blind. Hey, we needed that a while ago. So Sante Paulus has given LiquidYetti over the blind. We're gonna stop in just to make sure. There's the blind in case we didn't already have it. And oh, Pixo's back. So let's go here. Expert navigation. Yeah, like we needed anything else. My word. It says we're gonna lose a dragon here. 19 black dragons. Who is this? Is Maxo? Maxo? Yeah, 9 attack, 11 defense. Good for a warlock. My goodness. We will do the lightning bolt just to slow our enemies down just a tiny bit. Keep the sprites, or rather the phoenixes, back. We do not lose a dragon here. I hope we don't lose one on this retaliation. We don't. We brought the stacks way, way down. I will let the enemy flee. I say let, but really I didn't have any choice in the matter. And then I think that these phoenixes are going to get attacked and hurt if I am silly with them. Let's just do one more chain lightning. And will the phoenixes finally get to do something good? They do. Glorious victory. We take out Pixo. I think we've got some in boat though. I'm going to take one step forward. Summon the boat right here. It's a different boat than I wanted, but this is going to be our opportunity to sail. It's going to be a horde of black dragons. We can't do any magic damage against them. I don't know if we got... And Resurrect True, we do. So we'll try to avoid losing black dragons, but we'll head in this direction very, very quickly. Oh, I walked right by Mandigal. Did you notice that? It's kind of interesting. Full forces, not too bad. Fixer's got to go collect some forces. First to Hoops. That's going to be black dragons. Oh, we got trade. Sulfur. Go here. It's 31 sulfur. That's enough for all these black dragons. Next up, she's got to go to Shroud. I think we might have to upgrade this to the Black Tower. We do. We need a little bit more sulfur. We'll get it. Here. Very good. And with 15 sulfurs, I can give us all these black dragons. It does. So we've got 24 black dragons here. I think that at this point, Fixer's just going to go hand these forces off to King Fixie. I don't know who the better hero is at the moment. I don't really know who the better hero is at the moment. For now, we're going to say that it's Well, she's got the Armageddon. I don't think Pixie's got the Armageddon, so she better keep the dragons, actually. Yeah, she better keep the dragons. She'll take everything to do with spell power. So spell, 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 spell. Spell, spell, spell. Lightning Rod, just in case. And I am going to send her with the True Cups of Mobility. King Fixie is just staying in the back. Until he gets a Battle Garb, he is just going to hang out and chill. And so with 24 Black Dragons, Fixer's now going to go do her damage. King Fixie's going to stay alive. Just stay alive. Go north. Yeah, no. We'll just stay right here because Pixel's going to teleport back with another Battle Garb in just a second. Wait, no, he's not. We don't have a free artifact slot to pick up this artifact. Sandro, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, but I do need the space here. It's gonna be Alina the Gnome popping back in. And I do hope that she survives this fight from Mandigal. No, she will not. So we're gonna send her over to here as far as she can. And then we're gonna sail south just enough to rub shoulders with Alina. Yeah, hopefully we stay alive, and then we will take one artifact, Officer LiquidYetti, so he can make the Battle Garb complete. Not too bad. Vami's gonna do it. Vami does best. Overlords and Battle Dwarves. So many of them. Nothing. Where could it be? Will the enemies reach Alina? If they do, then we're having a little bit of an issue trying to get the Battle Garb. But as Vami already said, as soon as we get this Battle Garb, then we're going to end up taking a break, because we are definitely due for a break. Do they reach? No, they do not. Okay. They didn't even take that castle, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, they just left the castle. Very surprising. Let's do a quick little jaunt down here. Thanks to the expert navigation, that didn't even hurt us at all. I will take, I guess, the +3 attack. I guess that +3 attack is the worst artifact I have. Okay. And this is a big fight. Again, 21 Black Dragons, 20 Titans, 3 of the Phoenixes. Says we're going to win the fight. Holy, ooh. That's 94 Black Dragons that we're up against. My goodness. If you didn't have 34 attack and 34 defense, I shudder to think what would happen. My word. Now, we do have the Resurrect Trues. It's actually very, very much worth it to me, I think, to attack here. So 30 Black Dragons attacks their top stack. That actually will hopefully kill one Black Dragon for me. Yeah, they actually lost a Black Dragon there. That's fine. And then I'm going to attack here and kill 5 to 10. So then these guys retaliate up into that stack. Okay. 24. Okay, we're down to 19 Black Dragons. Not my favorite, but so far not so bad. I guess I should have cast a Bless or a something. I guess I could have. I should have. Do Fire Elementals. It doesn't really matter. I'll keep the Phoenixes back for now. We're going to Resurrect True them in a little bit. Black Dragons are taking a beating, but also dishing out a bunch of damage. Go 5 to 9 in a double hex attack. Not too bad. Titans are working on this big stack at 26. Fire Elementals are not where they need to be. We'll start with the Resurrect True here. Oh my goodness. And we're down to 15. No, we're down to 16 of our own dragons. This is not even a problem. I do wish I could somehow taunt these enemy Black Dragons to come and fight Titans or these Fire Elementals. It looks like they're already kind of doing that a little bit themselves, which I'm good for. They did a great job, these enemy Black Dragons did, in setting me up for a double hex attack. I don't think I'm going to lose a single force here. We go here. That's going to be it. So 5 Black Dragons. Could not have Resurrected True them. That was just the way the fight shook out. 28,000 experience plus 1 attack. Fixer's going to go fight here. That's a pre-castle for you. Enemy surrenders. And the king is going to just hang out right here. Alina the Gnome is going to just stay right here. And then as soon as we pick up that Battle Garb of Anduran, we will get it back to King Fixie, and then we will take our break before we finish off the day. I think Alina's going to go down right now. And then I think what we'll do is we'll have... Oh, good. Alina stays alive. We will have one hero in the upper left corner and work their way down into the library area. We will have two heroes on the eastern seaboard work their way towards the west. And we're just going to take out whatever else we can find along the way. I think it's going to be Sir LiquidYetti takes this whole western half himself because he is just so strong. And then we'll have the other two heroes, Fixer and King Fixie, try to take everything else. But folks, we've done it. A troll stops you and says, "Pay me 5,000 gold or the sword of Anduran will slay you where you stand." You refuse. The troll grabs the sword hanging from its belt, screams in pain, and runs away. Picking up the fabled sword, you give thanks that half-witted trolls tend to grab the wrong end of sharp objects. The three Anduran artifacts magically combine into one, and now LiquidYetti is looking super good with his not one but two shields. And for that, we've already picked up this red tent ourselves. Its sister tent is here in the bottom left. We haven't yet found where this goes to. So that gives me a little bit of concern. Just a moment of pause for concern. But we will go back to Mickey. Oh, I only have 15 spell points. Closest castle should still be that same castle. Nice. Very nice. And we will hand off one Battle Garb of Anduran. We will... I think that LiquidYetti's fine to keep everything else here. This will give him some opportunity to find some new artifacts. Yeah. Yeah. We will stay here, and we're going to call that a day. Okay. Alrighty, folks. We're here to take a break. Let me get caught up on chat, and then we will continue on after a 5-minute break. Yeah, so yeah, Mammy, we had to get those two Battle Garb of Andurans, but we got them now, and now we are spread out. So we got 3 heroes, 1, 2, and 3 that can town portal at will. That's lovely. Dart says sword for the second shield is near. Heck yeah, you got it. Mammy says, does that even work, or does the game get an aneurysm? Extra slot for the second garb? You do have to have the extra slot. It will not let you pick up the artifact if you don't have it. Even if it will magically combine after the moment, you do have to get the slot. Dart saw me about to fail, and then all of a sudden Alina got in there. So we did find the extra slot. We got that eventually. And then yes, Dart, there was an extra hero behind the castle, and it was Mandigal. And I totally missed him. I completely ignored him. Did not even realize it. So we got the slots. We got everything worked out. We got caught up on chat. We good? We good? I think we're good. After our hero says, have a nice break, you have a nice break too. Everybody, go get some water, go hydrate, go stretch. I think I'm going to use this 5 minutes. I'm going to stretch, and we will come back for the conclusion of this map. I think we can finish this up in the next, hopefully, hour. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here. We'll call you in about 5 minutes. Thanks. Bye. All right. We are back. Okay. So in the break, Tundar mentioned something. Here I am sitting here saying, oh, it's probably only like an hour until we complete the scenario. Tundar reminded me of something. We need to go check. Apparently, there is still Count Stisen to deal with. Apparently, Count Stisen can stop the Phixfox expansion now. I don't think that this is Stisen. I don't think that this is Stisen. I don't think that this is Stisen, and we know that that's not Stisen. I'm guessing that this yellow player, 25 attack, 24 defense, 21 spell power, 12 knowledge, I'm guessing that that is Stisen. That's got to be Stisen. And I don't think that we've ever run into this yellow player with this army strength. And if they have strength in black dragons, good luck Armageddoning that to the ground. I think that this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. There's still a lot of game to be played here, and that is very, very interesting to me. I am very much for it. So, with that being said, we do know that LiquidYetti is out of spell points, so they have to stay here unless there was a magic well right nearby. There's not. So it's going to be, let's see, King Fixie is going to go and grab some troops. Let's actually figure out where to go grab some troops. It looks like Fixer's going to take all the dragons so they can do some Armageddon combos. I guess that we can make an army out of Phoenixes and Spritely's Outpost, Ivy Bridge. Those two forces. Heck, we can even take 18 Bone Dragons. We've got the leadership, so we're going to do that. We're going to go to Barracks, Necroplantatia. We're going to go to Sancton, Spritely Outpost, Hydra Vale. And then we will see about Crusaders joining us. I think we've already hit the cap there. But let's head to some of these forces and let's try and rally the troops. Oh, we can do this. hold on. Vammy, you've got so many forces. How about you bring those all down? Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna get the mighty stack of dwarves finally ready to do some good work. We've also got Kutsu with a whole stack of dwarves as well. Let's make sure we get those up and ready to go. Free troops. Yeah, it's gonna be a big stack of dwarves is gonna be coming at us pretty quickly. So Tundar staying put. Fixer is up and about. It looks like we want to fight Will Free. Not gonna be able to reach. I wonder if this is a dead end or not. I'm not too sure. Looks like it is a dead end. So we'll send one hero south in this way. King Fixie is going to come back here, and then just kind of go up in this direction. LiquidYetti staying put. Alina the Gnome is going to try and get this +3 for the Dragon Sword out. Yeah. I think we can get that to Sir LiquidYetti first thing in the morning. And end turn on to a new day. Very cool. Oh, and it's a good thing that LiquidYetti is ready to go because it looks like this green player is going to be threatening our outpost in the upper left corner. I'm so glad that LiquidYetti never took that before he, decided to come over to our side of things. I'm actually very grateful for that. It would have been much more difficult to defeat this scenario, I believe, if we didn't get the opportunity to go at the center from two sides. So I think that'll exponentially increase the time we're going to be able to save to prevent the enemy from winning. Let's go here. Quick sword. Boop. And up to Hydra Veil. Here we go. At this point, I'm still not allowed to use Dimension Door, folks. Do remember that. We are using this... Oh, you better pick up this Artesian Spring. We are still allowed, I suppose, to use the Town Portal because the enemies used it first. But now we're to the point where I recognize that maybe I should even stop using that. We've already gotten the advantage, though. Tundar said, specifically when we first got the Town Portal, that he put that in the scenario for us. Otherwise, the scenario would have gone forever. So I feel like we're probably where we need to be. We should probably just continue on our way. Dwarves, very good. And I think what I'm just going to go to here because King Fixie will come back to barracks before he sets off truly. We said we were going to go to here. We were going to go to Necroplantatia. We'll drop off pretty much everybody. Yeah. Pretty much everybody. Look at these extra bone dragons that were just sitting there. My word, I didn't even realize that they were there. Okay, so bone dragons here. And Spritely outpost, 4 phoenixes. Did I just drop a phoenix? I think I did. Up to 10. Very good. Spell points are cheap. They replenish every single day. Hydra Veil, that's going to be how many more bone dragons? This is going to be 9? Yeah, this is a pretty good force for the king. He's going to do just fine with all this. And we talked about Ivy Bridge. This is going to be a couple of titans, I believe. And it might even be an opportunity to pick up this ultimate artifact here. I think that Luna's already used her turn. Yeah, okay, King Fixie. Well, that was about as good as it could have gotten. We're going to stay here because we're out of spell points anyway. And then Luna's going to drop off this ultimate shield. Yeah, the king's going to be doing pretty okay, I think. Amazing how even my secondary and tertiary heroes are still top notch. Okay. It feels so good. This feels great. Oh, and yet I'm still so scared because what if Count Stisen is impossible to deal with? Like, what do? Do you just keep throwing heroes at him until you eventually kill him? Well, okay, so he's somewhere in the middle. Let's do some thinking. Let's use some critical thinking here because we've been a little bit on autopilot. We've got this view towns here, right? So if I was King Stisen, I'd probably be, oh my gosh. If I was King Stisen, I would be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 warlock castles spitting out dragons this entire time. It's got to be where he's at. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Stisen's going to be an absolute monster because you're not keeping pace with that amount of dragons. That's insane. Oh, Tundar, what have you done? Oh my goodness, this is not the time or the place to wrench my heart out like this. Okay, we will survive, I hope. But that just gives me an indication on just how many dragons he has. And it's way more than I want anything to do with, my word. Dundax the Barbarian, somehow we're going to lose 2 dragons? I think not. I think not. Let's do Chain Lightning. Really? Is that my best spell? 11 attack, 8 defense. I am so strong. Wolves are going to go. Tell you what, I'm just going to skip here. Wolves are going to go. Disrupting Ray comes out onto the Titans. I will do this. We will do the Berserk here. We'll attack Trolls. So the Cyclops are going to be obligated to go south. No problems. No problems. Ooh, that's a problem. So Dragons took a bit of a hit there. Don't love that. But the Berserkers still doing fine for us. I don't think that these Wolves are going to be my favorite to deal with. I'd like to Chain Lightning. I don't know. If I Chain Lightning here, I think it's going to go bam, bam, bam. I think I'm actually going to hurt myself. I think you actually got to Chain Lightning here. Then again, I think your very best bet is to Berserk the Cyclops again and just take the damage from the Wolves. Oh, there's a Dragon. No, not quite. 43 HP left. Crazy. Did not expect that. We will, as I said before, Berserk the Cyclops. I'm going to get these Dragons all the way out of here to the bottom left corner. This is just kind of messing around with the turn order. Cyclops are not going to, you know, unless they get good morale, they're just kind of stuck here. Okay, there's a good morale. But really, that's way more about just keeping them back a bit. Is there a better thing to do here? I think we skip again. I think, oh, not good. Double Hex attack. That was one Dragon. Maybe more to come. You really just want these Titans to tank. You really just want the Titans to tank all the damage, so that way you can Resurrect True them at the end. We'll kill most of the stack of the Cyclops. Big retaliation onto these Ogre Lords. I will do the Resurrect True onto the Phoenixes now, and hope that they don't kill one Titan and then run. Losing one Dragon's already enough. Not just a little bit dead, super dead. Okay, and one Black Dragon goes down. Don't love that, but LiquidYetti, still a competent leader of the forces. He's doing fine. He's doing just fine. Phixfox wife is checking in. Hello, Phixfox wife. How the heck are you, my dear sweetie pie? Hope you're well. Hope that the kids are good. Love you very much. Folks, I'd like to publicly say something here. Earlier today, I'm not going to say what, but I said something that hurt my wife's feelings, and it was just a thoughtless sort of thing that I said. And I don't expect myself, and I don't expect anybody to be perfect in our interactions with each other, right? But I said something that I wish I could get back. Like I said something that as the words left my lips, I realized, nope, that's really not what I wanted to say. So just here in front of everybody, I do just want to publicly apologize to my dear sweet wife. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. Everything's good. Like, there's no major problems here, but she's just an absolute sweetheart. And what I said that hurt her feelings, if I'm ever gonna be any kind of great kind of person, honey, it's gonna be because you dragged me there. So love you very much. You are my sweetheart. And yeah, I just hope that you hear that, not just privately, but also publicly. So there you go, folks. There you go. There you go, dear sweet wife. Love you. Phixfox wife says, I wish you could get it back too, LOL. I do love you though. Okay, good. I'm sure that everybody else is like, whoa, dude, what'd you say? I'm not gonna tell you. But if my dear sweet wife is saying LOL, I love you too, I'm sure it's not too bad. Rest assured, it's not as bad as it could have been. It wasn't great, but not as bad as it could have been. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go just grab these forces from Vammy, and then we're gonna go straight to Mick. We should have just barely enough movement points. It's gonna be close though. Ooh, just barely enough. 900 dwarves. We'll call it 900 dwarves. Ooh, margins for error were pretty small there. But Mandigal's like, hey, wait a second, this isn't fair. Dude, I thought that there was no forces here. Well, too bad. Okay, everybody else has slept. You're good. Alina the Gnome is good. You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Everybody's slept except for King Pixie and my 2 superstars. Very nice. Phixfox wife says, true, that I'll drag you by your ear. Are you talking about domestic violence on camera? I do want to remind you that this is being recorded. Sorry, there was a joke. There was a YouTube short not too long ago where there's this little comedy troupe. Long story short, the punchline was that the girl, they can't take her anywhere. And so then she says the most ridiculous stuff at the most inappropriate times. And that was the thing that she said. Domestic violence. Domestic violence is never a funny talking point. And yet, in the moment, it was funny. I said what I said. Okay. We're going to take these 900 dwarves. We're going to go north. We're going to go through Ruby, Ariel, Mandigal, Skyforger. Not necessarily in that order. By the way, Skyforger's back. I haven't seen Skyforger since like turn 1 of this game. Very nice to see them. Roman! Roman, it's time. It's time for us to reconcile our differences. Roman has run. They've abandoned their forces behind them. Warrior, I fear that there's a similar fate for you. Sensei Zentz is actually going to be a bit of a problem. Not looking forward to that one. Wilfrey's going to go down. It says we're going to lose one Black Dragon. I can't abide by that. I think that one single Armageddon is going to make this whole fight go much better. With all the spell power artifacts, we're still doing 1,200 points of damage. I think I can just hit Q and end the battle. Or that'll work. Okay. And since I'm right here, I will pick up this Wizard's Castle. Oop. Yet again, it says we lose a dragon. I don't believe that that's true. Fixer does still have a lot of spell points, but doesn't have as many as she once did. 206 out of 180. I'll still cast these until the cows come home. This is definitely the most effective strategy we have. Oh, look, Titan survived. Very cool. Very cool. +1 spell power. Armageddons are going to hit even harder now. And there are 3 Titans. Nice spells in here. Yeah, Fixer will stop in as soon as she can. In turn. Green player, I think, is my toughest enemy. Other than Stisen, who I'm guessing is just locked behind a door. I feel like green is probably the toughest hero because they ended up taking more castles that were belonging to someone else. And then I attacked. I took the castles and now they traded hands. I think the green has consolidated the majority of the forces. And so they're probably going to be my second most difficult opponent to deal with. Oop. 1 Titan? No. But fairly soon I think we can handle that. I would love it if King Pixie got a nice damaging spell. 500 points of damage from the lightning bolt. Let's just do that onto these halflings. I don't know. Oh, now I understand. A meteor shower is what caused those losses. I couldn't have known that until it was too late. We'll have King Pixie pick up the Xanadu. Very good. LiquidYetti's going to go through Boreaser. No losses. Glorious victory. An outright victory, and no artifacts got turned over. So we've taken this castle back. I think that LiquidYetti's definitely been here before, though. Sensei Zentz, we can actually reach. We're going to reach Zentz on this turn. Tracking you down. 1 Phoenix goes down. Enemy is fled. I wonder... I don't think we could do any better. I'm going to skip on the Phoenix, though. Okay, they're playing this slow with Disrupting Rays. Now I'm going to do the Chain Lightning. There's 305 of these archers. That's a lot. I will send the dragons down to deal with the rest of the archers. Oh, that's unfair. We'll deal with the rest of the Titans. 5 of them, anyway. Rocks go down. 50 of these steel golems. Yeah, they didn't get the good morale, so that didn't really hurt me. You know, Berserker will have no effect. They got the Pendant of Dispassion in play. Let's just do a single lightning bolt. Don't tell me we don't have one. 700 points of damage. It's not going to kill a full Titan, but the Phoenixes should follow up to kill this Titan. We do. And then we'll kill here. And then will 20 Titans take out 50 of these steel golems? Maybe. And they do. Glorious victory. We're going to take the Divine Breastplate for the +3, Serenity Pendant. And now Yetti is out of artifact slots. That's okay. Doing just fine still. Fixer is going to pop in, as we said. I'll pick up a couple of Titans. Who knows? Those could be useful. Hello. LOL Kittens in the chat. Hey, LOL Kittens. We know them from YouTube. Holy cow. LOL Kittens is officially killing me. Golly, that's scary. I'm officially scared here. Holy cow. 12 attack, 11 defense, 10 spell power, 8 knowledge, blood morale. LOL Kittens the Knight. This is, again, Fixer, who's only really a spell casting kind of a hero. Everything else is not particularly good. I know I just picked up these Titans, and I know that they're immediately going to die. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna attack. It's gonna go 6 speed, 6 speed. Okay, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you Berserk here now, you're gonna get a bunch of damage off. But this might be my last chance to Armageddon before everybody gets all covered up. Let's just do 1,200 points of damage to everybody. We'll say goodbye to these 3 Titans. Because I'm just gonna have to believe that 24 Black Dragons can toast these champions without too much issue. We're gonna take a lot of damage here if I do this. They're gonna get to... They're probably going to anti-magic here next. Do you want to take the shot? I think you do. It just prevents the archers from being too aggressive with you. 1 dragon goes down, a 2nd dragon goes down. Not a 3rd. They animate, or they anti-magicked the rangers. Oh my goodness. Good luck and good morale on these champions. We took a bit of a beating there. Do not love that. Do not love that at all. Looks like we set ourselves up for a nice double hex attack. I feel obligated to do that. Do we have... We've got a summoning spell though, right? Summon water elemental, summon air elemental. If I summon the air elemental, they might be able to reach these. They might be able to reach the champions. I'm gonna step. This is too good of an opportunity to pass up. I will take the double damage from the Rangers. I will take it. Okay, animate deads all the way around. Rangers goes down. Air elementals are not going to do a bunch of damage, but they're going to be here anyway. Wow, we took so much damage this fight. We're going to get out of this fight. We're going to survive, but oof. 10 Black Dragons. 10k experience though. No artifacts. LOL kittens, no artifacts. Wild. That's pretty crazy. But you see, it's amazing how even just this random extra hero can cause so much problems for me. On to a new day. After our hero says, things happen and words get said. That's how life is, but to own up to your shortcomings is truly noble. I hope both of you have a lovely day regardless. Take care. I appreciate that, Avatar Hero. Thank you so much. Yeah. Nope, she's a sweetheart. And if I'm going to be any kind of person worth being, it's going to be in part because my wife drags me there. So I really do love and appreciate my wife. So she's a good person. I'm going to hope that I can be equal. Be her equal if I possibly can be. Pixo! Ooh. Pixo, I'd really like to keep these phoenixes. Please don't do this to me. Windowella says that we halved the halflings. 50% of them anyway. We halved them. They're not a fulling anymore anyway. I think that was the joke we decided on. Halflings and fullings. Yeah, I think so. After our hero says, what kind of cows do you have that you cull with the apocalypse hellfires of Armageddon? Oh, we're gonna do this until the cows come home? No cowpunk went riding out one dark and windy day. On the ridge he rested as he went along his way. Ghost riders in the sky. Alrighty, glorious victory here. That's funny though. Apocalypse, hellfires of Armageddon. Yeah, we gotta bring those cows home somehow. Somehow. The other day, well, it was a while ago, my kid said one of the funniest things I've ever heard from him. It was more sweet than anything. He was talking about how he was feeling, and he's at 5 years old. He's really kind of coming into his own about feelings and how he feels and so on and so forth. And ultimately, he said the line that I've never heard before, and I don't know where he heard it, but he said, everybody gets sad sometimes. And my heart melted because I'm like, oh kid, what a sweet way of just seeing the world. It's like, man, being open to the ups and downs of life and just saying, hey, everybody gets sad sometimes. I was very, very proud as a father. It made me very, very happy to hear my kid say that. Hopefully he's quite a bit wiser than I am. I think that's the goal of any father or any parent, is to just hope that your kids can be a little bit better than you were. And I hope that I've done the same for my dad. He will say that I've exceeded his expectations, and yet I still do hope that I'm always living up to what my dad wants me to be. Anyway, Bearded Man says, What does "till the cows come home" mean? I've heard it in a song or two. I didn't think much of it. So, the cows come home. Basically, a rancher, somebody that works with cows, you gotta be out there working until the cows come home. You can't leave the cows out there on the range without bringing them in. And so we're gonna be out here. We're gonna be working. We're gonna be doing what we gotta be doing until the cows come home. That's the basic idea of it. I'm sure that there's maybe a little bit more nuance to that, but I think I gave you a pretty good understanding. So yeah, that's until the cows come home. We'll do it until the cows come home. I feel like I say that fairly consistently, actually. And it's probably not for the best. I think that we might need to put together a Phixfox dictionary. Maybe a list of commonly used phrases, just so that way everybody can be on the same page about the weird things I say. As I've mentioned before, and as others have mentioned to me, I am grateful for the folks that find it fun and interesting to use Phixfox as a way to learn English or to improve their English or to keep up on it. I do worry that I am oftentimes giving you phrases that other English speakers will say, "What in the world are you even saying?" Because it's information, it's language that's localized kind of more to my neck of the woods, my area. There you go, neck of the woods, for example. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a more common saying than I actually think it is. Okay, Savora, you're going down pretty quickly. I hate to say it, but the time is soon. And I do see this one Thundax hero kind of creeping in here. I'd love to take them out soon. By the way, did you notice? Captain Sante Paulus has returned. Now, we've got Maxo, the Warlock, with great artifacts. Traveler's Boots, Elemental Ring combines really, really well with the Elemental Ring, but Sante Paulus is just a monster. Oh my goodness. So we're very happy to say hello, and I actually wish that these forces were somewhere else. I think I'm just gonna rush over. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can rush over to LiquidYetti. We're gonna go to right about here. I'm gonna hope that I'm far enough away from Sabu that Sabu can't reach me, but I can still reach LiquidYetti next time. There's a little bit of interesting stuff here. There's the Holy Hammer for the +5. I do want that on any other main hero. Sante Paulus could very well be the main hero at this point, but as far as my 3 choices so far, I think that that's just where we're gonna sit, and that's okay. Avatar hero. Oh wow, the song refreshers was fast, impressive, wonderful. Every now and again, I will surprise you. Oh, I forgot. Shoot. Whoops. My bad. I've got my main hero, and I left the other forces in the castle so I would have the most movement points. This is going to cost me. So we're just going to retreat. We're going to rehire. We've got the forces to win this fight. Now I don't know if I can reach, though. Let's see. Here? Yeah, we're gonna have to fight this fight again. Enemy has fled, much better. But I've said it before and I'll say it again that one of my favorite things is karaoke night. Near and far, karaoke night just warms the very cockles of my heart. Makes me very, very happy. Because, I don't know, I just enjoy singing. And karaoke is a very fun thing because it's not about how good you sing, it's about how much energy that you sing with, which, when you put it that way, does tend to make people feel a little bit better about their singing capabilities. These 22 bone dragons are going to go before my 25, so I don't feel like I need to waste this phoenix damage here. I think I'm just going to attack here and make the enemy spend a shot to get rid of them. I kind of hoped I could kill the power liches. Guess I couldn't. Whoops, my bad. And rather than go for the bone dragons, I don't know. You got to deal with these forces. This is actually kind of a tough fight. 7 attack, 8 defense. I don't love this. We'll go for the bone dragons. Cyclops are going to be right in the middle of the battlefield, so they can go up or down. And oh, look at this. Due to the adjustment in turn order, the enemy casts slow on my dwarves, so now my bone dragons get to go before theirs. That was a huge error on their part. That's crazy. I'm grateful for it, but not the way I would have drawn up that play. Call it an unintended consequence. We lose one bone dragon, they lose their entire stack of dragons. And we're feeling great. I am going to do this, though. We're going to do a Mass Bless. Phoenixes are going to stay put, but the Cyclops are going to step up and do this double hex attack here. Good damage there. Good damage here. Good damage there. Bone Dragons take a big hit. Ultimately, we're going to get out of that fight with 3 Bone Dragons lost, but we've secured this entire upper right area. I don't think it's a full quadrant, but quite a bit of area. We've secured that anyway. And so the losses are absolutely acceptable. We're getting to the point where I don't think I can take a single fight without there being some amount of losses. Okay, Holy Hammer is in. And Compass? No, we've already got the Compass, already got the boots. Breastplate's just fine. LiquidYetti shall continue on. Sabu goes down. Lovely. +1 defense for LiquidYetti. Very nice. And Thundax, we've actually chased him around the long way, but we end up running right into him. We lose 1 Phoenix. I will accept that. And we will even take this castle here with a final little bit of movement points. We will get in here and we're going to look right at Jacqueline and say, hey, what do you want to do? You want to fight? You want to fight? We'll fight you. Oh, you better believe we'll fight you. Star VT is in the chat. Maybe not in the chat, but Star VT is definitely here on the board. Does Fixer win this fight? I don't see how we don't. We've got the Armageddon, so we should be just fine. Wolby D2G is back in the chat. Hey there, nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. A Fictionary. Is that like a visionary or like a fix that likes to do Pictionary? Sorry, I'm making it way more complicated than it has to be. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Armageddon, cannot go wrong here. When you got the 1 big stack, it just suits you so fine to kill a full stack of the... Oh! I didn't think we were going to kill everybody. Jeez, that's pretty good. Well, suffice to say, against Star the Warlock, or the Wizard, 8 attack, 8 defense, 8 spell power, 11 knowledge, we've equalized the fight. 14 Black Dragons against the 14 Titans. With the good morale, we know that the fight is won, but... let's see, what's our best next choice? Is it going to be a 500 point damage Cold Ray? I think that's it. Can't Berserk, otherwise I would just have them walking around forever just because it'd be funny. Armageddon is costly, but it does do the most damage. And I do want to get out of this fight pretty quickly. We are bleeding dragons. We're down to 11. We started off the campaign with Fixer at like 20 something. She lost 10 in the previous fight. There's an Animate Dead? Resurrection? Well, whatever it is, it's not going to be enough. Okay. A Fictionary though. Fictionary indeed. A Phixfox Pictionary champion. A visionary that is of the Fix variety. A veterinarian that only treats Phixfoxes? Is that a Fictionary? Fictionarian? What about a Phixfox that becomes 100 years old? Is that a Centurion? No, a Fixturian? Sorry. Wordplay is not my strong suit. But we're having fun with it all the same. Roman says, as for sweet things that children say, oh, I love this concept. Let's listen in. I asked my daughter if dinner that I made was good. She answered, do not worry. Even in restaurants, some things sometimes taste awful. And unlike you, they learned how to cook. Oh my goodness. Roman, that is like the sweetest thing because it's like she is trying to soften the blow. But you, oh, that is adorable. Oh, that's adorable. And unlike you, they learned how to cook. I mean, we will work on the details, but her intentions were good. Her intentions are so good. Oh, what a, oh. I wonder how old she is. I hope that she's, I don't know what the age is. Don't tell people because we're on the internet and we don't need to know. But that's a cute saying. I love that. Oh my goodness. What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. Yeah. As parents, I think that we tend to, I don't know, we tend to enjoy these moments. I hope that we don't take them for granted. I hope I never take these moments for granted, but I worry that there's a part of me that doesn't appreciate these moments as much as I should. Yeah. I better do everything I can to hold on to these moments while I can. Time is a thief. And Avatar Hero says, kids say the darndest things. Could not have said it any better myself. +1 spell power to Fixer. Tyrell's got several of these bone dragons here. We cannot keep losing 5 black dragons at a time, my goodness. And Wolvie says that they meant a Phixfox dictionary. Oh, the Pictionary. Yeah, we needed a list of words that Phixfox says. Okay, there you go. It's a Pictionary. Perfect. I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. In fact, it'd be actually a really cool video if I could go back and see all the instances of weird sayings I've done, just so that way I have them all in a line so people could see them all at once. I wish I could do that. The amount of time that would take to do is quite a bit. At this point, I think it's safe to say that we have literally thousands of hours. Avatar Hero, there you are. I think we have literally thousands of hours of Phixfox on YouTube. So, things to consider. Atlas is just here. I forgot that these stone liths were here. Let's step right on these. I don't know where these go, but I don't want to give people the opportunity to pile out of those. Glorious victory. I'll lose another Phoenix, because sure, why not? LiquidYetti's now gotten this library. There was one hero here, Rebecca. Yeah, she's pretty tough. We'll go back to Quinoa Central. It's not the name of this castle, but that's what we're calling it for now. Enemy has fled. Okay, we will let her. Because at this point, there's no sense in fighting the fight. There's no artifacts to be gained. We just want to make sure the enemies die. A little bit of experience here is not really going to matter, so it doesn't bother me too much if they just run. Oh, red player. Okay, tries to escape, but they can't quite make it. Jeez. Yeah, we're going straight through this lith as soon as we can. Look at these enemies piling through here. And they're not even very good. They say they're not very good, then we immediately lose a hero. Now, this is interesting. Carlon is a good hero. We've actually seen her in the Tavern a couple of times. Not here. There. Yeah. 2, 3, 7, and 13. She is Orange's toughest player. So we're going to have to put on our big boy pants. Yeah. Oh, 37 Titans. Imagine if you had 37 Titans being led by a competent might-based hero. 2 attack and 3 defense is not going to help you here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Options. What are my options? This is one of those times I actually do want to use this mirror image. No, if you use the mirror image, she's just going to cast a quick little spell, and then the Titans are going to get the damage off. Yeah, but that does prevent her from doing a really cool spell. I'm going to do this. We'll attack here with the Phoenixes. Ooh, that's not good. And then I'm literally just going to put the Phoenixes right here so there's no retaliation. The dwarves resisted some spell, and then the Titans wasted their shot on the spell. Basically, I spent a spell to prevent the Titans from getting any damage off. That actually feels pretty useful to me, because now the Bone Dragons are going to go up there, they're going to do their damage. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll continue to work on these Archmages. Okay, Phoenixes are doing great. Dwarves, I think, can go up pretty far. Yeah, pretty far. Bone Dragons are in. This is bad, but we do have... Hold on. We don't have Resurrect True, but we do have Animate Dead. So the Bone Dragons are the perfect combatants to deal with these Titans. They are the perfect combatants. 33 Titans did 148 damage. Oh, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty wild. Oh my goodness. Hey, folks, something lovely has happened. Is that my friend Mushanki Pei? Is Mushanki Pei coming in from their Heroes Adventure? Mushanki Pei, hello. Nice to have you here. Furfine is here as well, saying hello, everyone. Nice to have you here. Welcome on over from Mushanki Pei's stream. Did you get to finish up this scenario? Mushanki Pei, raid. Yes, did we get to finish up this scenario? Because I believe that Mushanki Pei was playing the end of Spritely's expansion for themselves as well. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm a little bit far behind. I tend to take maybe a little bit more time than I should, perhaps, but having a fun time all the same regardless. Hope you're doing well. Yep, you just finished. So at this point, oh my goodness, I will give you some updates in just 1 second, but there's quite a bit that I have to catch you up on in my playthrough. I got a feeling that our playthroughs are going to be a little bit different, and I'm excited to tell you why in just one moment. There's a Paralyze onto the rocks. I'm just going to use the Cyclops to go down, work on these 69 nice Steel Golems. Bone Dragons are still the main fighting force to deal with Titans, basically because we've got the Animate Dead. And I do wish that the Baldors weren't blinded. Do I have an Animate or an Anti-Magic? I do. We'll use that there. Steel Golems, let's go here. Wow, that was unexpected. Okay, 2 Titans are going to clean up that mirror image. Wow, that was really unexpected. And the Cyclops, unfortunately, double hex attack. I don't want to do too much damage to myself. The Battle Dwarves kind of get into the fight here. Tons of damage. Very good. We move up. And as soon as we get the opportunity, let's cast our Animate Dead. There we go. 16 up to 21. Phoenixes are not going to do as much damage as I would like. Good morale notwithstanding. Oh, okay. Okay. Cyclops are going to jump right on into the Titans now. We're going to lose 1 there. I know that this kind of goes against my earlier plan I talked about with the Animate Deads and such, but still. And with 4 Titans left, let's do 1 more Animate Dead. No, we're completely out. It's going to be a Bone Dragon lost, and then out we go. 18k experience, but that was Orange's toughest hero. Very, very nice. Okay, Mushan Kipe finished up the map and says, it was a great map. You seem rather close to the end as well. I feel like I am. One interesting thing that happened in my playthrough that absolutely broke the game wide open is that LiquidYetti, the enemy hero, picked up the Battle Garb of Anduran. They were fighting me on the western front. They pushed me all the way back to this castle of Hydravale, and then they used the Battle Garb to teleport to the western half where I was fighting in this half. I was able to get a couple of nice Armageddons off. We reduced their forces in a massive, massive way. And then after defeating LiquidYetti by the skin of my teeth, I rehired the hero Fixer, who was doing the Armageddon attack to defeat LiquidYetti and bring the numbers down to a reasonable level. And then what did I see in the tavern but the man, the myth himself, LiquidYetti. And so then LiquidYetti immediately joined the cause right after they had either run away or surrendered. I don't remember which one it was, but I've never seen that before, and I don't think I'll ever see that again, to where LiquidYetti, after running away successfully from a fight, immediately joined me. LiquidYetti became my primary hero as a barbarian. They're leading dragons and titans to ultimate victory. We're doing just fine in this map, I think. I think that the map is coming to a quick close, and I really do believe that getting LiquidYetti on my side was the biggest reason for it. So there we go. Tree of Knowledge, +1 to the knowledge here. And another castle here. Beastminster, not too bad, not too bad. We got plenty of spell points, 569, okay. And I think for the first time, I think that this has got to be it. This has got to be the place where Count Stisen resides. So the red tent has already been visited. Fixer's going to continue to work her way from the east to the west. There's a castle there. Let's have the king cast town. Nope, not town portal. View towns. We've got these ones, which I think are Stisen's. Red. Yeah. So wherever this Lith leads to, we do got to get over to there because the enemies are continuing to pour out and cause us some issues. Nice loadout. It's a pretty nice loadout. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. And we probably are going to combine a couple of other forces at the very end. Maybe these battle guards, the French shield, of course, yes. So still more to be done. But if Count Stisen is up here, I think that that's going to be a fight that he's going to have lots and lots of black dragons for. I am very scared of that fight. I'm absolutely terrified of that upcoming fight. Avatar hero. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Now, I suppose that there's an opportunity that maybe I've missed. As it is new month of the Lich, and Liches are now everywhere. There's a new opportunity I think I've missed, folks, and I think I need to make some adjustments here. So, green player's been vanquished. That's a big deal, big moment. I never did pick up these dragon cities. There's one here. I did pick up this one. I picked up these two. I don't feel as bad. I picked up this one and this one, so these are accruing dragons. This one here is accruing dragons. I don't think I ever grabbed this one. But I think it's time for me to set sail. I'll turn this town into a castle. Oh, we've already got a shipyard here. I'm going to eliminate somebody. Not Sante Paulus, not Kutsu. He's been with us this whole time. Luna the Lunatic. I'm going to let her go. Standro has been let go, and she's now been let go as well. We're going to pick up Moxo, who's going to grab a boat. And it's going to be time to set sail. Do not get seasick. We'll be very sad if you do. And then we're also going to have Vammy go back and grab these dragons because there's probably 12 or 14. I got a feeling that if Stisen is going to be this upcoming crazy fight, we're going to need an awful lot of firepower to defeat them. Mushan Kipe! Mushan Kipe! The enemy has fled. Good stuff. Good stuff. At this point, I'm not fighting every fight. I don't think I have to, but we'll see. We might have some weirdness come up sooner rather than later. We'll see what happens. Okay. And Mushanki Pei says, I wasn't that far from what I did. I also used Fixter, Armageddon to defeat multiple main heroes. Okay, perfect, perfect. And I got a battle garb like that one and then another one. Okay, yes, I have 2 as well. And then Mushanki Pei says, I had Vammy on one side with vampires and bone dragons, Fixie on another with dwarves and shooters, Tundar in the south with a sorceress barbarian mix, Fixer as an Armageddon caster, and I recruited Pixo to gather dwarves as he should. I love that. Way to go. I'm happy to hear that your playthrough went so well then, and I like that you used multiple heroes exceptionally well. I've gotten to the point where I'm just using these 3 heroes, and I think I could do more. I think I could do better. I think I'll try my best to use more heroes. Oh, there's Bearded Man. There he goes. Open castle. Everybody else is just staying put for now. In turn. Oh, that wasn't a town portal. Or that was a town portal or a town gate. For a second, I was worried that that was a dimension door. It was not. Whew. And then Pixo says the coward. Just because Mushanki Pei ran once, a little bit of self-preservation is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. I will do this. It'll be Vammy with the 2 genies so that they can run a little bit faster. Okay, off they go. It's gonna be Moxo's gonna land here. I do wonder how many dragons this is. I haven't picked this up for several months. There should be so many dragons there. And I got a feeling, yeah, there's Rathmont. Oh, I've got to go track him down. With lots of black dragons, I don't trust anybody else to grab him. So we'll go there. The king goes right through Dawn. Glorious victory, very good. And I think that is all of the towns. No, there's still one more red town here to the south. Right into the darkness. There's an observation tower. We'll grab that really quickly. Fixer. Ah, Winnie Maru. There's Winnie Maru. Oh, and there's a yellow castle right there I missed. The enemy has fled. Not too bad. Tobal is back. Causing me grief. Is there a Lith that I've missed? Is there some other way that the enemies are getting through? It looks like there's an orange player in the darkness there. Oh, purple has reclaimed that castle. It is 8 red dragons, so it's not as many as I thought it was. But still, pretty hefty amount. We'll grab this observation tower. Nobody else here to the south. That looks fine. It was this castle that we lost. Save Vora took that back. Okay. So LiquidYetti is going to go through Rathmont. Should be a pretty good fight. Yeah, it's a pretty good fight. 27 black dragons. Oof, don't love that. Mushanki Pei says, Mushan also ran away in my run. I don't plan to die here. Nor should you. Nor should you. I'm grateful that you're practicing some level of self-preservation. That's a very good thing to do. That's just a wise maneuver there, right? The world may not see the reasoning behind it, but I sure do. With 6 attack and 7 defense against my 44 and 33, this is not even going to be a fun fight for the enemy. Oh, good luck. 15 black dragons. We killed so many. 27 down to 18, 18 down to 11. The curse is real, but the curse is not going to be enough. Goodbye to the Minotaur Kings. That was a waste of damage. Here's another 4 black dragons going down. Oof. Oof. I might not even lose a black dragon here in this fight due to the good luck and the morale. Yeah, I think I lost a Titan, but that's okay. That is okay. We'll head back up into this area. I guess if there's an observation tower here, might as well grab that just in case. Yep, and it's Rock'n'How, whatever that's called. Fix. Up here, we got to get to this point. There is Night Shadow. Let's go to Night Shadow. Here. And we'll go through these liches. Unfortunately, Month of the Lich, not really a big problem. It does make it a little bit harder to navigate some of these places, though. Tobal's going to be a pretty big fight. It says we're going to lose. We're going to have to be a little bit better than we are now. I wonder if it's down to Titans, no, or rather Hydras. 8 Hydras, 171 Centaurs, 12 attack, 8 defense. He's a way better offensive force than me, but I think I can just Armageddon this. That should kill everybody but the Titans, or rather, but the dragons. Goodness gracious. Dragons, Titans, it's all the same. So 9 against 6. He does have the advantage here. Oh, and air elementals. Interesting. I'm down to 6 black dragons. I don't think I win this fight. I don't think I win this fight. I think I gotta go back. Hope he comes out. He does. Okay, is he gonna go for the water elementals? He does. That's great. That's really what I needed. Because he's got too much offense. In a straight up dragon on dragon fight, he wins. Here, we get a little bit of extra value. You just have to leave this fight with 1 black dragon. He's got 3 spell points. I've only got 14. Whoa, that's not good. And then with these 24 air elementals, I'm just not concerned about air elementals. We'll just brawl this out. Very good. Here. Very nice. Double hex attack. I guess I set myself up for that, didn't I? We'll attack here. We'll kill 3 to 6. Get the double hex. Good luck from the air elementals. Not once, but twice. You see what I'm saying though? 15, 16, like, this is not going great. This is not going well. 520 points of damage. Let's just kill most of the air elementals. Thank goodness for spell damage. Now it's dragon against dragon and these elementals here. I've got to do damage and not take the retaliation. 1 dragon, 69. We're going to win, but man, this fight was way closer than I hoped it would be. 128 and 3. Okay, we'll get out of the fight. But costly fight because my spellcaster was trying to do the damage and she just couldn't quite deliver. Not in a way I really wanted to. So that's going to be the end for Fixer. I don't know what other enemies are around. Ariel. I guess it'll be LiquidYetti that goes back in that direction. What if I have the king? He's going up to this orange patch. Well, we'll hit intern and see where everything's at, and then we'll go from there. Mushanki Pei says, I have more schemes to do. Yes, indeed. I have heard that there might be some tell of a future Spritely map where Mushanki Pei has much to do with the overthrowing of the kingdom. I will keep my eyes peeled and be looking forward to that playthrough. It'll be great. It'll be great. Pixo says, aha. I think Pixo knows something's up too. Windowella says tight. Hopefully that was a good fight. Hopefully Windowella likes the way that fight went. Hope that that's what you're talking about. Maxo is going to go get some more dragons. There we are. And yeah, let's go up in this area with the king. There's like 3 or 4 heroes running around, causing me some level of grief. And I think Fixer can go to here and stop Halon. Oh, there's a whole other castle over here I didn't even notice. It's a bit of a problem. We've got plenty of extra forces. We can go to Rest. We can go to Hoops. Rest, Hoops, and Stroud. Let's take a little bit of a detour. First to Rest. Okay. You need the Hydras? Not really. Not really. Rest, Hoops, and Stroud. By the way, it's worth asking Tundar and Mushanki Pei, since they've now finished this map as well, but do these castles, does it look like they all are the same from playthrough to playthrough, or is there some variance in the castles that you're going to get? I believe it was Spritely's Pirates had a lot of variance, and I think that there was a collection of like six or 9. I almost said 6 or 7, but I stopped myself. There were 6 or 9 castles in this little area in the center, and mine all turned out to be Warlock castles, but they were random from playthrough to playthrough. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'd be interested to know if you're always guaranteed to get this blend of forces where I've got 3 Warlock castles that are generating troops from afar. And with the Armageddon and with this Black Dragon combo, no problems there. I will pick up these stables. I don't think it's going to be enough to help me get Ruby. It's not, but we did pretty good in getting where we needed to go. And I hate to say it, yeah, let's make some full purchases here. I don't know if this Ariel character is any good or not. I don't really want to have to come back here though. I want to track her down as soon as I can. And good to go. Well, we're going to lose 1 castle that I failed at. accept that loss. Antipolis is in a bit of danger. Okay, alrighty. It's important to pay attention to what your enemies are doing when it's not their turn. We did short ourselves 1 or 2 dragons. Let's go here. Perfect. And I don't actually have to go back the way we came. We can just drop in here with these forces. It should be fine. Mandigal, please. Enemies fled, no problems. There is a castle up here, good. So there's one more castle King Phixie's going to track down. LiquidYetti's going to grab 1 free castle. LiquidYetti's going to go back to Saint... What is that? Saint Stisen's? Saint Stews? My bad. Oh no, Saint Stews is the wrong one. There's 2 saints. There's Saint Stews, and then there's Saint Stisen's. Yeah, there you go. Saint Swivens. Damage, no problem. Damage, no problem. And then that means that Fixer is going to go grab Ruby. And then we'll do a bit of a pincer attack. I think Moxo's coming up from the south, and then she's going to head in from the north. LiquidYetti, 1 castle that I wish I hadn't have ignored. Nearest friendly castle is probably Night Shadow. We'll go to Night Shadow, and I'm sure that we're going to find somebody else that is heading in the darkness. But, folks, I'm going to clear out all these enemy castles, and then I'm going to go deal with Stisen. Because I just feel like that's going to be better for me. So there's 1 red hero. Oh, there's a Lith. There's a Lith. 1 red castle, 1 purple castle. Okay, we're on the right track. Anyway, here we go. Very nice. We even got an artifact. Haven't seen one of those for a while. Moxo's gonna land. So then purple. And is that really the quickest way? There's a pack of liches right there. That's the issue. I recognized that there was some problem. I wasn't sure what it was. Full spell points. And down. And I think that this might be the end of Orange. Glorious victory, no losses. Orange player's been vanquished. So folks, here's where we currently stand. Green Barbarian has been defeated. Orange Wizard defeated. Purple Necromancer, 1 castle here. Red Knight, 1 castle here. Yellow Stisen, somewhere up here through these Liths. We got a long way to go still, I think, but I think that we're still within about 20 minutes or so. There's not a lot of extra forces here. We'll have to check the Kingdom Overview tab in a little bit, but after we clear all this out, we're gonna have to rally the forces. We're gonna have to take a look and see what we're dealing with. I don't even know what we're dealing with. I got a feeling that Stisen's gonna be a major enemy, but I've also made the mistake plenty of times in my Phixfox playthroughs where the player's been vanquished. There's been many an opportunity that I've failed to win the scenario sooner just because I didn't take the time to assume that I was stronger than I actually was. Part of what I'm trying to say here is this. I didn't say that very clearly, but really, I failed to finish the scenario when I could have because I built for way too long. We're not going to do that this time. We're going to charge in recklessly. We're going to see what the enemy has, and then we're going to gather our forces and make sure that we can actually defeat them handily. Wouldn't it be funny, though, if we were able to do a Stisen tactic that Stisen did from Price of Loyalty 8 and get Stisen himself to leave his safe area, go into a boat, and then a week later just heel over and die? Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. Here's the big meetup. Big forces here. And I don't think any of these are particularly useful. Elemental Ring, I will actually take that because there's a chance that something could be involved in this upcoming fight. Is this the end of red? This is the end of red, folks. We've done it. The end of red. So now it's down to you and it's down to me, Stisen. It is down to you and it is down to me. Closest castle is going to be Beastminster. So all plot points are going to converge right there. Okay. And there. Okay. We're asleep. And here. Okay. And so my three main heroes are all going to meet up. And we're going to do the very best we can. What's the best fighting force? Probably going to need to get these red dragons back to the mainland. I think that 1,000 dwarves is pretty good. We're going to end up keeping that, I think. I don't know if spellcasting is going to be particularly useful in this upcoming fight. We're probably going to want to do our main hero having all the knowledge that they possibly can get and go to the Artesian Spring. Movement artifacts are not going to be very quality for you. The rest of this looks okay for now. So then Fixie's going to be the runner. So we need a full swap there. Okay. So the king is going to... Oh, no, hold on. How embarrassing. King's got to have the battle garb just so we have the ability to move around a little bit. So we're going to go back to rest with the king. That's going to get us upgraded dragons, first of all. Whoa, can't afford that. Jeez. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Upgraded dragons. More to come, and then it is week one. It is week one. I'm gonna wait to see what I end up doing here. Force is over. So black dragons, titans, bone dragons, phoenixes. I think that's a pretty good fighting force. I think that's gonna be pretty good for us. Best artifacts. Here, no more movement items. I don't think that we're gonna win based off of spell power. It could be useful. So these two artifacts, Book of the Elements, Book of the Elemental Ring, are not gonna matter. +3 defense. You are going to want to leave one space open for a battle garb. You're going to end up dropping the Ultimate Book of Knowledge in a little bit. So tell you what, this is probably pretty good. At this point, you're going to have, 350 spell points. Let's go back up to, in the upper left, it is Hydra Veil. It's going to be the closest opportunity for us to pick up this Artesian Spring. We're going to pick this up now. Then back to Beastminster. Okay. And then Fix has got, I don't know. I mean, do you want Hydras? How many Hydras are you going to get here? There's going to be so many Hydras if you want them. I don't know what to say about that. That's kind of weird. There's a lot going on there. Closest castle for these dragons. It's either barracks or it's up north, but there's 11 more dragons we got to go pick up. I think it's actually barracks. Let's go that way. Okay. Here. King is going to go to Ferrex. Should I just go everywhere? I feel like I should just go everywhere. I'll just go to every single castle and just make sure there's nothing I don't have. Dwarves and such. No, that's fine. Well, that's not going to be a very efficient way of doing this. So rest is good. Barracks is good. I don't know if bone dragons are going to make it in the army. It's going to be black dragons and phoenixes for sure. Probably bone dragons because there's going to be so many of them. Then titans. And then dwarves. That's it. So it's going to be black dragons, phoenixes, titans, bone dragons, and dwarves. So like, for example, going for these cyclopes, that's just wasted time for the king. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So let's go to, let's see. Necroplantatia. We'll drop off the Cyclopes. Yeah, we'll drop them off for now. If we need them, we know where to come get them. We might have multiple waves of fighting forces trying to defeat these enemies because I'm guessing it's not going to be all done in one go. I'm guessing that Stisen's going to be tough enough. We're going to have to go multiple times. Whoops, I already been here. Guessing it's going to have to be multiple times. We were in Hoops. We're now going to Stroud. 25. The dragon count is climbing. We're out of spell points. Call that end of the day there. End. Okay. Fixer can go help. Nope, nope. Krakatown? Okay. Krakatown. Gotcha. Nox. Yeah, there should be Titans here. And here. Let's see. She's out of spell power or spell points too now. I think I gotta get to Zanzibar. Yes. Okay. And because I'm doing this without a lot of wisdom and order, this is actually, I'm gonna have to take a look at this pretty quickly and just make sure I didn't mess this up. I'm sure that if left to my own devices, I'll mess this up and I will leave forces behind where I didn't mean to. And I think I'm gonna need every ounce of forces I can get. Could you imagine if I had to manually go into every hero and just make this all work together for my good? Like if you don't have this spell at this point, you are actually kind of having a bad time. Having a bad time. Okay, let's just check real quick. What else we got? Anybody else? Sancton. So I actually need Tundar to move out of Sancton. Hydrovale, Spritely's, Ivy Bridge, Cloud Dare. That's it. Okay. So more to be done. More to be done. Hydrovale, for example. Whew. There we go. There's 9. Tundar. We'll be coming to Sancton pretty quickly. I lost it. I don't know where it's at. Cloud Dare. We got to go there for the Titans, though. 6 of them. Man, we are picking up so many forces so very quickly. Oh my goodness. Spritely's Outpost. This is going to be a bunch of Phoenixes. 9? Yeah, that's a bunch of Phoenixes. We're out of spell points here. I think that... Yeah, I think everybody's out of spell points, so we're just going to hit Intern. We're going to check this one more time. Still missing Sancton. Sancton and Ivy Bridge are the 2 that I need. So Vamby's going to go to here. Kutsu's going to take these dragons all the way back. The nearest castle. Probably Ferrix. Okay. Boop. Back to rest. Upgrading here. Oh, somebody's already in Beastminster. There we go. And I know that this might not be the most exciting part of the game, but it might be the most important. Because if you, I don't know, if you don't gather your forces appropriately, you're gonna have a real bad time. But I think it's worth noting that all of this effort is useless if we get there and we realize that the enemy is just too strong. If despite all of our efforts, the enemy is just too strong, we're gonna have to hit in turn like 14, 15, 16 times in order to get the forces we need to actually win. And that's not my favorite thing, right? I'd prefer to win the scenario when we can, but hey, it might just be that our enemy is that tough. Spritely's, Hydrovale, Cloud Dare. There was one more. There was one more. Sancton. Yep, and that should be it. Okay. Yep, 18 Bone Dragons up to here. All right, folks. I think that we've gathered our forces appropriately, and I actually think that, I mean, we are just as good or tougher of a hero as Stisen is, if we are to believe what we've seen from the taverns. And so I think that we can be pretty confident that with 80 Black Dragons, 111 Battle Dwarves, 45 Titans, 69 Bone Dragons, and 15 Phoenixes, I think we can be fairly confident that a 55 attack skill, 44 defense, 33 spell power, and 35 knowledge, max morale, max luck, Sir LiquidYetti is at least equal to the task, if not the scariest thing that Count Stisen has ever seen. Now, I'm basing all of this off of this information right here. 26 attack, 25 defense. Yeah, it's over. I don't know what he has, but I can't possibly imagine. Total army strength, blue, it's us, folks. This is it. It's time for the GG. I got a feeling that this is the time for the GG. So let me get caught up on chat, and then we're gonna finish this off. Windowella is like more like clutch. I'm glad we're clutching this. I'm very glad that we're clutching this. All custom names, says Mushanki Pay. Hoops is funny. I like Hoops. And yeah, Crackerville. I don't know why, but Crackerville makes me just laugh. I just enjoy that one. That one's a funny one. Okay, we're through the barriers. And we're going to pick up these standing stones, I think. Rithman? Heliopa? Are we going to get attacked? Are you going to come attack us? Does he think he can beat us? He might think he can beat us. Oh, there he is. That's crazy. Tundar says that every castle is predetermined on this map. Only Spritely's outpost is different and it's player decided. Okay, gotcha. Thank you for that information. That's good. Ushanki Pei says, I see you started as Warlock and took the towns on the side. I started Barbarian for the better starting hero, but my starting Barbarian town was basically useless. I ultimately ended up just random rolling this. And so Rest ended up being this because I just randomly rolled that. And I'm really glad that we have LiquidYetti the Barbarian because that is the best end, I do believe, personally. Ushanki Pei says, oh, I didn't have the summoning ring and book. I think that the summoning is a possibility. Even now, I could see it being useful. How much are we going to end up doing, though? We're going to be summoning 99. We could be summoning 200 if I had the ring. The ring? Yeah, if I have the ring. Is it worth it? At this point, how good is an extra 3 attack? Still really good, but being able to summon double the elementals, that might be the better play. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take +1 spell power, +2 spell power. We're going to take this castle for free, and I'm gonna do this because one of these heroes has it. Is it you? No. Is it you? Book of the Elements. We don't want half the cost. We prefer much more to have double the troops. So we're going to go back to this new castle here. There is... I think we've already got these spells. Not too big of an issue. And we'll trade. We'll trade for this, for the Book of the Elements, double the effectiveness of the summoning. I don't think it's going to come down to that, but if it does, that would be wild because Stisen is a beast. He's a boss, and nothing else matters, folks. Let's go do this fight. Ready. Oh, and Trenlow's in the chat. Hello, all. Hello, Trenlow. Nice to have you here. Herfine says, time for me to go. Have a nice GL. Have fun for the end of the map. Thank you so much, and a nice day. Appreciate you very, very much. Take very, very good care. We'll see you later, Herfine. And Trenlow says the stat difference. This is a stat difference, but this is also a troop difference. 151 black dragons. I love that the AI thinks we're going to win this fight. I do love that. And I'm glad it's not going to come down to me summoning. Folks, Stisen the Barbarian, 26 attack, 25 defense, 21 spell power, 12 knowledge, blood morale, Irish luck. Probably has a battle garb themselves versus my 52 attack, 44 defense, 35 spell power, 35 knowledge. We are unstoppable. And at this point, I think that the best spell, Bless is not going to affect Bone Dragons or Black Dragons. So it's only going to affect basically Titans and Phoenixes because Dwarves are going to take forever to get into the fight. I don't think that Bless is my best spell at the moment. I don't think that a damaging spell is even your best spell. The teleport might be very interesting for 1,000 Dwarves with 58 attack skill. I mean, with 58 attack skill, these Dwarves are going to shred. They're going to do so much damage. Other opportunities, Mass Haste, don't love it, but I understand that it could be good. Berserker, not particularly effective. No, not particularly effective. Mirror Image, nah. The summons, I mean, we're getting 210. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The curse is not going to be particularly effective. I actually feel like the teleporting dwarves from here to there is actually the play. I'm going to wait on my first spell. I'm going to let the enemies cast the first spell. I'm going to let the enemies cast the first spell. I'm going to have these dragons kill their own centaurs here. Oh, and there's the blind on the dwarves, which actually changes your whole thought process. Over 120 black dragons, and you only killed 13 bone dragons. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. 20 to 40. Is there a better spell that we should cast right now? I don't know. At this point, how about we anti-magic the dwarves? Yeah, because they're going to do a bunch of damage. We're down to 102 enemy combatant black dragons. Dwarves immediately just roasted the gargoyles. 11k damage. Oh, gargoyles did 250. Yeah, okay, this is going great. We don't really want to put ourselves in a position for a double hex attack. Retaliation, most of the Mintar Kings goes down. 88 black dragons, 1,000 dwarves, takes a big chunk out of them. They get the good morale. The animate dead looks like I was a genius for doing that. With the 50 bone dragons. The remaining enemy black dragons have gone down. I don't think that the enemy has any kind of chance at this game. I think that now, due to where the enemy's at, we're going to do no blind. Blind's not going to have an effect, but I got an option here. Berserker. Berserker on the Hydras. You're going to lose your turn. You're not going to get your turn, and we're going to run around the battlefield and just shoot you dead for a couple of turns. Skip and skip and skip. Do we attack now? Well, you know, let me just do my Resurrect Crew here. We'll bring back a couple of Phoenixes here, and at this point, I think I can just hit it in the battle if I wanted to. Instead, I will lose one dragon on this retaliation. We will overwhelm these Hydras, and that's going to be the end of it. 2 black dragons, 15 bone dragons goes down, 98,000 experience. Stisen was a good hero, but this was the value of stats, and LiquidYetti ends up getting +1 attack, +2 attack on top of that, folks. That's going to be the end of the game right there. So we'll combine forces. We'll just do a quick little split here, and split here. And these 2 final heroes, Fixer and LiquidYetti, are going to, in their respective ways, clean up anything that's left over. It'll be the man, the myth, the legend. LiquidYetti is going to roll right over. That was Astra, I believe. It's going to be then Fixer, who goes to this upper left castle. All these fun things for the enemy heroes to have. All this experience, all these standing stones. This is beautiful, not to mention the Xanadu's. And still, there's just nothing left for them here. Rock growth is up by 5. That's not going to slow me down. LiquidYetti is going to fight Astra one final time. By the way, the final castles were Heliopia, Frithmer's Place, Palace, Senate, and Synthanthemint. Man, I'm saying those all wrong. Sorry, Tundar. Is that going to be the end of it, folks? Yellow player's been vanquished. Spritely's expansion has been completed, and I am having a really good time with that. Love it. Victory. The enemy side is beaten. My side has triumphed. We started off very, very small with not a lot to our name, and we have ultimately overcome major, overwhelming odds. What a cool map. What a fun map. Tundar, thank you for the experience. I am grateful that you are living up to your name as a map maker. I think that you should be proud that this map is just as good or better than any of the maps that have come before it, and I'm grateful that we have a full campaign in Spritely, and I'm glad that this is the most recent one of the bunch. GG. Thank you so much for the time. Thanks for the energy. That's going to be 99 days that we completed this in. I don't know if that's a good score or a bad score. I think that you could probably save a pretty significant amount of time if you're playing this game. Remember that we did have to restart at the very beginning of the playthrough. We had a ultimate fail in part 1. So if you're just catching part 3 here and you want to see Phixfox fail, go check out part 1. We made some errors, and it was good to overcome that eventually, but tricky game. And now I think that we are all tied up, maybe, or maybe Tundar is just ahead of Phixfox in the all-time rankings, depending on who wins or who loses. So score 310, rating of a black dragon. That is not going to make it to my high scores. My high scores are a little bit higher than that, but still pretty good to have. GG's all around. But yeah, Trenlow, the stat difference there, and Trenlow pointing out that the Summon Elemental is such a good in-game spell. Endless masses of mobs, and with 600 spell points, it didn't come down to it, but we could have done, I mean, 200 elementals times however many, forever, pretty much. And when you have 54 attack skill and defense skill on top of that, yeah, the elementals. Could we have won that scenario with elementals only? I think we could have. I think we could have won that scenario with elementals only at the very. Hold on. No, we missed our chance. I can't go back and load game. Oh, this is so sad. I wish I could fight that fight again. I'll bet you that if we just had one Phoenix, I think we could have won that fight. No, one Phoenix? With 2 Phoenixes, I think we could have won that fight. Because I think that the Phoenix immediately die, but they give you an opportunity to cast your Fire Elemental. And then just keep casting that, and at the very end, you resurrect True, your Phoenix, so that you have 1 Phoenix remaining. I'll bet you could have beaten Stisen like that. Oh, I bet you could have. So yeah, Trenlow, totally good call. Totally good call. Tundar says, if only LiquidYetti finished the fighting on the beach, not left the dragons, and freed Stisen using the red tent. I think you're completely correct. My goodness, because he knocked off 1 enemy, 2 enemies, 3 enemies, green, red, and then left the black dragons. And if he hadn't have done that, would have been GG for Phixfox, I think. GG. Warrior says, okay, gonna go. Sunday's coming here and I need some sleep. Warrior, thank you for sticking it out. You were an Iron Man. We will catch you on the flip-flop. Thank you so much. Trinlo says it's not even close. Not even close. Tundar with the LOL. GG's. Well done. Congrats. After our hero with the GG. Windowella. We're dancing. Oh, we're dancing. What we're doing, we're dancing. And Mushanki Pay with the GG as well. Tundar says, I'm up 4-3. I need you to come out with a new map so that way I can tie with you at 4-4. Trinlo says, yeah, if the fight goes on for long enough, those summons are crazy. Agreed. Trinlo says, forget about necromancy when you have allomancy, huh? You know, it's funny you mentioned that because we took this necromancy early on, and then we never used it. But it could have been valuable. It just ended up being, it wasn't valuable, but I'm glad that we had that anyway. I wish that we had seen this come to fruition a little bit more, but alas, this wasn't even my main hero. It turned into LiquidYetti later. The king will lead the forces from behind and call that good. And yeah, Tundar says the AI cleared the red tent. Oh, and Mushanki pays. They threw the AI cleared the red tent. Oh, that's scary then. Yep, they got the red tent quite early, but didn't open the barriers. That's good. Because I think that you have to have the same color, even if you're allied. I still think that your heroes have to go to the red tent in order for you to step on through. So even an ally stepping on that tent wouldn't let Stisen let himself out. Interesting, very interesting. And Tremolo says sometimes it comes in clutch and sometimes it doesn't. Hey, yeah, this time it didn't come in clutch, but in the future, expert necromancy sure could. And if it does, that feels pretty good. Mushanki Pei says, I got the red tent in the southwest. Oh yeah, this one. I think that we ended up fairly early on. I think that we freed the hero here, we set sail, and we found Fixer, and then Fixer just sailed up, took all of this, and then Fixer continued on up the way, took this, landed, took this, took 2 castles, and then I think that Fixer went into the whirlpool and showed up here. Yeah, and then took Hydra Veil, and then took the Golden Goose. Meanwhile, I took the other thing down here, and then Fixer got beaten back. Yeah, because eventually Fixer got to here, and then LiquidYetti was too strong, so Fixer had to retreat. That's when we started doing the Armageddons, and without those Armageddons, you wouldn't win. But crazy fight all around. But at that point, LiquidYetti had already gone through all of this, already had at least 1 battle garb. Yeah, LiquidYetti was a monster on this playthrough. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Tundar says Fixer gives you the explosion of power. Definitely. Oh, and I missed a corner. I missed a corner. Hold on. Sorry, Maxo. Folks, we've missed a corner. And I want to know what's in it. Rathmont? Oh, he's a good hero. He's got something anyway. Let's give him whatever forces we can find here real quick. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Because I think we gotta go through liches real quick. Yeah, I think we kill a pack of liches. Glorious. End turn. Rock growth is up. Here. Yes, we did miss a corner. And I need to find out what this is. My curiosity must be satisfied. Corner checkers reward. Did you make a space? Don't worry, it's an experience booth. 10k experience. Wow. Rathmont all of a sudden is rolling fancy. Very cool. Very cool. I like it. So yeah, it was crown for +4 here, golden goose for 10k here, and then 10,000 experience here. So thank you for the corners. I appreciate that, Tundar. Okay. All right, folks. I'm sure that there's other fun things that are on this map that have been hidden by Tundar. So even though we've gone through a lot of the secrets here, I got a feeling that there's still a lot of secrets to be explored. I think that you're going to have a really fun time with Spritely. I think that you should go play this map, go find it on the FHeroes2 Discord, and let me know how you enjoy it, folks. In the meantime, I think it's time for me to call it a day. So with that being said, do me a huge favor. Look after you, look after your friends, look after your family, take very good care of yourself. Thank you to everybody that was here now, and we'll catch you later. My name is Phixfox, and with that being said, I am out. So peace out. Bye. Bye, everybody.